Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cody Stone, head GM of Random Encounter Productions, and this is Disasters in Danger, our 5E West Marches style campaign. And before we get to the action, we do have a few brief announcements today. But real quick, let's go around and introduce ourselves as people.
Hi, I'm Meaghan.
Hi, I'm Caitlyn.
Hi, I'm Allison.
And I think walking in now we have...
Hi, I'm Dana. Caught in that stupid Orlando traffic. Hi.
Yeah.
No, we're on the East Coast. That's why we're different.
Yes. Okay, so we do have a few announcements. Caitlyn, would you like to talk about the
Sure.
shirts?
So we have awesome shirts for our company, printed by Noble Dwarf Printing.
Yes.
This is our company logo, a pretty awesome D20. But why you guys care, and not just we care, is because if you guys subscribe to our Patreon, if you do donate, and are one of our first 50 subscribers, you are actually going to get entered into a giveaway for a chance to win one of these lovely shirts. Woohoo!
Yeah.
And the number of entries that you're able to get into our giveaway is dependent on how much you donate. So if you donate $1, you get 1 entry. If you donate $20, you get 20 entries. Isn't that funny how that works? So please subscribe to our Patreon because you know you want one of these lovely shirts. And thank you again to our creators at Noble Dwarf Printing.
Also, for subscribing, you get access to...
The hero of the multiverse. Am I saying this right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And this month it's a warlock.
Ooh.
We've been rolling on our Discord server for it. Actually, I think we got a lot of stuff kind of nailed down for it.
Yeah.
It's really kind of rad. That's for people that are for the Patreon. Am I right? Yeah. So do that.
If you donate, you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So we build you a character every month, give them a background. We do them at every level, and you get access to it depending on what level you contribute at. Comes with character art and more fun stuff.
Yeah.
So we have all of that. And Allison?
And we are a part of the Stream It Forward community here on Twitch, which is, I don't think we have a picture for that, but but we love you guys. We all support each other, and we just want to say thanks, guys, and thanks to anyone from the community who's watching right now.
Thank you very much.
Let there be light. It's because you can.
So,
Yeah, I'll do what I can.
let's dive in. Welcome to the Arcadian Straits, a wealthy area of the Albrechtian Empire that has, after a period of decline, recently begun to re-expand its borders. 10 years ago, a guild led by a famous hero was sent to the area to re-civilize it from the pirates, giants, dragons, and fey creatures that had all taken up residence here. After some success, an imperial governor has been reinstated in the primary city of the region, and now the populace chafes under their control. That's where our heroes come in, as revolutionaries. They begin in the pirate town of Drim Trosivar, as the Free Arcadian Coalition of Knights begin to work to undermine the imperial efforts within the region. Our heroes are 4 such members of that organization. Yesterday, or as far as the characters go, this Monday, time's weird.
Wobbly, timey wimey.
It is wibbly and wobbly, or timey and or wimey. That is true. On the 3rd of Apex, they had cleared out a watchtower from an ancient time that was used to observe threats not just on the prime material plane, but also throughout the outer and inner planes as well. And now, with a base of operations, the group is beginning to look outside of Drim Trosivar as it begins to search for allies, aid, and ways to further their endeavors. Inside the tower, you guys have been able to start to set up today. Jeremy is quite busy on the upper floors with Tybalt in the Crystal Dome. setting up and familiarizing themselves with the arcane controls that allow the tower to transition throughout the planes. You do know some of the lower organization members, primarily Akan, the gold dragonborn marksman, who has welcomed you into his establishment, the Iron Six, on a number of occasions, has come by to deposit a few weapons and secretive crates, which they are attempting to hide here. You guys have begun to look through the lower levels. There is a welcoming room, sort of a foyer. There is a barracks room for people with footlockers, bunk beds, nothing fancy, but it is a free place to sleep. Large communal living. There is a kitchen and a larder, places to sort of store foods. On the secondary levels, there is a library and a few small areas for research. When I say library, I mean like 2 bookshelves with books. So, like a private library or just a reading enthusiast, perhaps.
Okay.
Most of those are old, out of date, from around 300 in the Albrechtian calendar. That's around the time that John Arcadian bought his way into the Empire, for whom the Straits are named. So most of those books are collectibles for the right sort of people. I think I told you last time you could sell them for about 200 gold pieces, but it's just been a day. You guys haven't had the opportunity to monetize that yet. Gathered up in the kitchen/dining room, we have the 4 of you. If you'd like to go around and introduce yourselves.
Would you like to start?
Sure, yeah. So Norda was here last game, so I guess I'll make this real quick. She's in monk's robes, like I think we all are. You can't sit with us. So
so sad.
her skin is really dark purple. She has black sort of veins going through her entire body. It's more like marbling than heroin. And she's got her hair up in a ponytail, but her hair is very much void and smoke and shadow. And yeah, that's kind of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
The odd man out. My name would be Evan Dojin. I am playing man. Surprise.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's a half elf, half high elf, half human. And he is a bard. So you see attached to his body lutes and tambourines, so he is sort of an entertainer, and he is not wealthy by any means, but he is like cared for, so you can tell that he was cared for, but he, even though he's a half high elf, that's not where he grew up, if you can kind of catch that. He has white blonde hair and he's wise.
I am also playing a man.
Yes.
So yeah. Full elf, wood elf. His name is Qwill. He's very tall for an elf. He is a wood elf, so he's kind of copper-skinned, greenish tinging to it, but not like sickly looking. It just kind of looks natural. He's got long black hair. It's kind of braided away from his face, wearing monk's robes, no sleeves. Of course. dark blue monk's robes. The 2 things that are most noticeable about him right off the bat are that he has a series of tattoos on the left side of his face that are sort of stylized feathers is what they're meant to represent. They are in no way, accurately looking feathers. And then the other thing that stands out is he has a series of scars that runs as far as you can tell along the part of his left arm that you can see, and then all on his left side of his face and his throat. They connect to streaks of white in his hair, and his left pupil is slightly larger than his right pupil.
Like burn scars or cut scars?
They kind of follow a lightning type pattern, so they look more like burn scars than slashing scars.
Okay.
So I'm playing Naria. Naria is a fairly small wood elf. She also has that like coppery green tinge going on. Once again, not really sickly, but definitively on the greener side. Not, like ate some bad, food or whatever. She has short hair that kind of goes to her shoulders, and she's got two almost like antler victory rolls that are like super dreaded, and you could not get out if you got a chainsaw to them. Like they are stuck there in it to win it. She is also wearing monk robes because why not? Though hers are pretty tattered, they're pretty destroyed. And actually, over her robe, she's got almost like a long kind of duster, and on one side she has a matted fur that that clearly she kind of sewed on herself, and a part of like a broken breastplate that's on another side. Overall, she's a little gross. She her stuff is clearly old and not really up to date, and but she does not really seem to mind or notice, to be completely honest.
Right.
Nice. 3 monks in a bar walk into a bar?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Walk into a pirate town.
Oh,
yes.
Even better.
Which is all a bar, essentially.
Yeah, it's
so, I mean,
it's all bar.
It's all bar.
All bar
All the time. That's right. As you guys are sitting there, the kitchen area, this sort of dining area where you've been, I don't know what monks eat. Y'all figure it out.
Scripture.
Yes.
Those 200 gold coin books were just
Yes. Going to town.
The wisdom. I taste it already.
Oh, fuck me.
I'll take some real food, guys. Thanks.
Akan comes pushing through the door. He is a gold-skinned dragonborn, and his gold scales are more lustrous than most dragonborns are. Dragonborns, by comparison to true dragons, have more muted, sort of flat, worn-looking scales. But his gleam in a bright, more yellowish tint, and he has the Fu Manchu sort of tendrils coming down, hanging from around his mouth and snout. He wears elaborate leathers with black brocade sort of designs, and he is, as you have seen previously, a marksman master. So he has a number of pistols strapped to his back and his thighs. You do not see him with his signature rifle on him, but he is carrying in a very large case, and for a dragonborn, he is fairly slight. He is more slender, slightly serpentine. By comparison, very much along the lines of the gold dragon-born body, that Fu Lang sort of body, and he comes pushing in with it held up, and the crate is clearly too large for one person, and he comes in and goes, "Oh no, it's fine. I clearly this is, yes, please come. Okay, good. Thank you. Good. So, fuckers, what are you doing today?
I think first order of business is find a new name.
Really?
No, but it should be.
Didn't know that was actually our name.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes?
Do you have some place for us to go, perhaps?
Me?
No.
No.
What is in the crate?
Nothing.
I'm gonna open the crate.
Clear is something.
You go towards the crate, and he so slightly inches towards his guns. He inches closer. Closer.
While this is all happening, and Naria just then kind of out of sight, like, okay, well, this is happening.
I'm gonna go around the back.
I'm gonna look into the crate, or at least maybe even just kind of like touch it.
Oh.
Just kind of like maybe get in on the action,
Okay.
but not really knowing what she's doing.
So as you get closer, now he's got 2 hands. 2 guns.
She pulls back immediately.
He relaxes.
I'm gonna go for it.
You're gonna touch the crate?
Yeah.
Good. I just fucking with you. His guns, clearly his guns. Yes.
Where is Jeremy?
I believe he is upstairs in, how you say, Dome of Crystal.
You said it quite well.
Did I?
Yes.
Good. That is a
Crystal Dome.
Perhaps. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's fine.
Window top.
glass ceiling, perhaps. Right.
Right. So you have nothing that you need us to do, other than carrying your boxes for you.
No, I have many crates if you would like to bring them in.
Right. I'm going to find Jeremy.
Oh, but
I'll help you.
Fine. Thank you.
Qwill will help you.
You guys said about helping him. He does have a number of crates that he is bringing up from the Iron Six. You can tell that they are, mostly armaments, weapons, easy to use, nothing elaborate, but a variety of them are only partially filled. It looks like they're just sort of moving storehouse pieces at this point. You make your way. What are you up to?
I'm new.
Yes.
So I don't know really what's going on. So I'm just exploring. I'll trail behind her. She seems to know what she's doing.
Okay.
And that's how we died.
Right.
You guys make it up to the Crystal Dome. In there, you see a sandy-haired young man, about 30. He is, even for his age, he's vibrant, fresh-faced. He has fair skin tinged from days on the sea, slightly salted and leathered, but not the old worn hand yet. With him is a very well-dressed tiefling. Deep red skin, horns that sort of sweep back, his thick black hair pulled into a braid that is hours, if not a day old, a little flattened and sort of coming out at the tugs. They are reviewing books and looking over arcane manuscripts, and you can see the tiefling has a pair of goggles on, sort of with a jeweler's lens in one eye as he's flipping through scripts. You guys make your way upstairs. You can hear him. I tell you, this would be much easier if my sister were here. She would understand all of this nonsense. What is this? Have we seen this one before? No, I've told you, I haven't seen any of these before.
Excuse us, we do not mean to intrude.
Oh, of course. Norda, it's no problem. Come up. And Evan,
Yes.
was it?
Yes.
Wonderful, yes. Welcome. What can we do for you all?
We were wondering if perhaps there is something we need to be doing.
Opposed to moving boxes back and forth.
Well, I hope you weren't moving them back and forth. We were really hoping they would just go one direction. But,
Perhaps we should have stayed downstairs.
no,
Quick aside.
look, we're working on getting this working. I mean, we'd like to be able to plane shift it if the city was to fall, and that's sort of our primary goal. But listen, you've seen the manifesto, you've seen the letters. You tell me. We need weapons, we need money, we need allies, we need safe houses. We need to know what every other city in the Straits is doing.
I have a thought. I will speak to them downstairs.
All right, there is there's the shore skimmer down in the caves, which you all should be familiar with. If you speak with a Khan, he will captain the vessel for you.
Thank you.
Good. And when you get back, just leave the report with me, please.
Yes, of course.
Wonderful.
Pew,
you pew pew and
And I
Tybalt.
look at you weirdly.
Tybalt is like,
Yeah.
I don't even use guns.
I don't. That's where they go pew.
Oh, makes sense. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We go back downstairs.
back downstairs you guys go. You guys have finished moving the boxes. by this point.
Back and forth.
Just passing them back and forth to each other.
Con just fucking with you.
Literally what I was picturing.
We're in a kitchen kind of
Just-
area.
Yeah, absolutely. You've moved them. The weapons have gone past the kitchen into what is ostensibly the larder.
Okay.
But they have put up like a false brick wall,
Okay.
which they're stacking them behind.
Gotcha.
Just to hide them.
Can I search the kitchen for any ale or alcohol?
Yeah, there is some thin ale. Looks more like a breakfast beer, not high in alcohol content,
Maybe some breakfast
but yeah, thick, yeasty, kind of more chewy than a normal beer might be.
Cool. I'm
Yeah.
not picky. I'm gonna fill my flask with it.
Okay. Con watches you. You here? No, this
It's
is
fine.
all wrong. No, you need drinking horn for beer. Flask is not good for beer. No.
How big is this horn?
It looks like partly antler size. I think we have one right there if you want to.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, is this to scale?
sure,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
sure.
It's a little small.
Yeah, slightly bigger than that, perhaps.
Thank you. Do you want this back eventually?
No, you're fine. You
Okay.
you can have it.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then I'm just gonna kind of fill it up and put it in place so it doesn't,
Spill.
all over the place.
Yeah, there.
I guess I'm gonna put this
caps.
up.
Yeah, they have little
Real
caps
drinking
on
horns have caps on them.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
there
good
is-
to know.
There is a cap. Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the cap on.
I will card you
And just kind of
Just carry
stand
the
there
open
like
thing.
so, holding it, kind of ready for whatever's next.
Yeah, there's an antler cap to it. Yeah, it's sort of seals on
Good
there
to
pretty
know.
tight.
Yeah. And a straw, I assume. No, I'm kidding.
We all learned
No.
something today.
That education,
If it was in Savannah, maybe there'd be a straw to it. No,
if only.
if only.
I'll card you wooden straw.
Oh, good, it's reusable.
Yeah.
So Khan is settling in. He's got himself some fruit that he's peeling and just sort of cutting pieces off and eating as you guys come back down.
Are you finished moving the crates?
Yes.
Good. Jeremy doesn't have anything for us to do at the moment. He said it's sort of up to us. I had a thought. Looking over the lists of things that they have given us in the past that perhaps we might want to do, there was mention of the Weeping Lotus Monastery not too far from here. Perhaps we could go. We might be the people to talk them into helping. And you.
I'm just sent here to protect people, and I know I'm new though. And he mentioned something about reading something. I didn't read anything. Some memos or something that Jeremy
Oh,
said.
yes. I don't have one. What the fuck?
In the Discord.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Akan, do you have a copy of the thing that Jeremy...
Of the secret manifesto with which we use to plan all of our operations?
Yes.
No.
Ah, well,
I was-
sorry.
I
Ate mine like a good revolutionary. However, I can rewrite. He sets about rewriting as he eats his.
Memorized.
Yeah.
I have it tattooed on my arm. Is it?
This is not strange. This is not strange at all.
I was
Yeah.
just sent here to protect people. I don't know what I'm doing, so I guess I know we're all revolutionaries and things, and my people that send me places want me to help revolutionize things. But money, right? He said something about needing money.
Yes.
And weapons.
Yes. And friends.
And friends. I'm not good at that.
Which one?
The friends part.
Well, monks are quite forgiving. Perhaps.
We go to the monastery.
And from what I understand, the Weeping Lotus are beer makers?
No, it's a big wine.
They make everything.
Really?
Okay.
Go on.
Yes. It is the best. It is the best alcohol in all of the Arcadian Straits. They have the beer that is so sweet, the beer that is bitter, the beer that is strong, the wine that is dry and fruity, the aromas.
Stop. It's 4 p.m. I can't do this right now.
It is so nice. Yes. The clear rye whiskeys to die for. To die for.
I think they make wine. Apparently they make other things.
They do.
Yes.
Just that everything else was so expensive.
Well, my masters can
Well,
make
I'm
anything.
willing to go.
Then perhaps we should. Connie said that you could pilot us.
Yes. I can captain the the shore skimmer.
Yes.
Of course.
I'm sorry, are we taking a boat?
Oh yes.
I am not willing to go.
We are on an island.
You must.
The only way
How
to
did
go
you get
anywhere
here?
is by boat.
How did you get here
How
then?
did you get?
Unwillingly.
Are you alright then?
I don't know why that tickled me as much as it did, but still help me.
Fine.
Is it the motion or the what?
I just don't like boats.
Are you fine with?
What about ships?
Are you fine with the water?
Question: have you
Do they
also?
float on the water?
Yes.
Then I'm not fond of them.
Are you alright with water?
I just do not like what I would prefer solid ground, but I'm fine.
Okay.
If it's a
Let's take a
seasick
boat.
thing, did you eat your manifesto today? Because if you didn't, you should be okay. Naria's gonna kind of fade into the conversation. Just kind of.
I was just gonna watch her go like. Let us get on the boat.
Yes.
Wonderful. We make well. Come. Give me what you say. Hour or two? Yes, this will be good. We prepare ship for vessel for journey.
They do have alcohol. They have a lot of it.
At the Temple of the Weeping Lotus, that is literally what they are for.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need another horn?
No, I'll be right back. Naria's gonna go out into the back and immediately dump the shit into the bushes. Get it all nice and clean. Get it all ready.
It takes a while to get there. You would have drunk it by then.
She didn't think that far ahead. She's not the smartest, crayon in the box. But she's just pumped.
Oh god.
She's gonna then
We
sneak
are
back
going to
into
do
where
so
we're
well.
going.
Qwill's gonna grab a couple of strips of meat and just go outside, and he'll be waiting when you come out.
Okay.
When you're ready.
You guys having anybody that's been with the organization for a length of time knows of the three established, well now three, formerly two locations that they had established within Drimtrosvar. One of them being the Iron Six, which is the public front and bar/shooting gallery that Akan primarily owns and operates. The other one being a second entrance to the island, an underground cave where they have moored their vessel, a longship, which you now know as the Shore Skimmer. Not the greatest vessel you've ever seen, but functional. Not a lot of ostentation. It is designed to look poor. You're unsure of its armament. You guys do have a couple of hours to acquire anything you think you may need from the town at large. It is afternoon, so business is picking up around the Isle of Drimtrosvar. Down by the docks, you can see the shipwreck barricade, which they have set up in defense of the town, and the few pirate vessels that rotate guarding that particular entrance.
Yeah, I'd like to go back and get some more healing potions.
Okay.
I'm going
Hey,
to
I can
accompany
heal.
you.
That's the one thing I can do.
Well, no offense, just
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna go with you as well.
big fan of healing potions.
Okay.
So, was it Brosna's?
Brosnas. That is correct.
Yay, notes.
10 points to you.
Yeah. So you make it to Brosna's, the red-headed dwarven woman who, when you were just in here yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you guys buy her out yesterday?
Yeah.
So when you come back in, she goes, "Oh, shit. So you came back for the greater healing potions, did you?"
Remind me, how much were they?
Oh, let me see. Well, I've been working on a few more, so we're looking at 200 gold pieces each.
Shit.
Is that all you have?
Well, I have the potions of the grow. We're changing regions there.
Is there an accent changing potion?
I have that.
He's been working on it.
We all have it.
Yeah.
I have. No. Potion of growing and diminution and mind reading.
Oh man. How much is the mind reading one?
That one is like 2,000 gold pieces.
Never mind. And I'm just gonna... Thank you.
Come again.
Yeah, and I'll leave. I'll leave her inside.
Question, do I still have that flask of contact poison?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
absolutely.
Then I need nothing in here.
Wonderful.
Maybe you should sell one of your books for 200 gold pieces.
I don't have the books.
Not there inside.
They're up in the tower. I mean, you can go and get them. You got to find a buyer for them, though. That's
Maybe the monks that
Is there
make
perhaps
alcohol want them.
So, no. Is there perhaps somewhere that buys books, old books, on the pirate island? I'm hearing it as I'm saying.
I was hoping you would. I didn't want to be the one to tell you.
No, yeah.
I was worried that maybe you didn't know you were on a pirate island. So, you know, it's, I mean, you can check in with the scribe, but he's more for the writing rather than the reading.
Is there perhaps a library or a public school that needs a donation?
Wait, donation doesn't get us any money.
Listen, at this point, I'm just trying. Maybe it's tax deductible, I don't know.
On the pirate island? The library?
As
or
I
the-
say it, I hear it.
Don't even know why I
Fuck,
came
is
in
there,
here.
is there anything in that damn tower we can sell? Perhaps Philip?
Philip.
What is Philip?
No, we're not selling Philip.
Is that a person?
Some would say yes. Others would say robot. We're not selling Philip. Also, I don't think we can get him out of the tower. So, is there any flatware or crystal or anything of value besides the books in the damn tower?
I had...
This close to stealing guns and selling them back to us. I would be the Benicio del Toro of Prosovar and not give a shit.
Do we have any notes from the previous adventure?
Just this,
in the
that
tower?
just that it was the books.
I had the...
Yeah, hi, I have the loot. There was a healing potion in the loot from the tower. I
But
just checked.
there
Hold
There
on.
was?
Yes,
Yeah.
there was. One healing potion.
Well, we will take the one.
there was
Sip
also...
on it gingerly.
There was the electrum that was found,
Right, but
and
that's-
there was also there was some gold that was found, but I gave that to you guys. 80.
Yeah, not enough. That's
80
okay.
gold
So
pieces.
we have one healing potion
Mm-hmm.
And the healer.
and the healer. So fuck it, we're fine.
Yeah.
And we're going to an island full of monks and booze.
And alcohol. So
Nothing could go wrong there.
Peninsula technically, but
A
sure.
peninsula? Then even better. Nothing bad ever happened on peninsulas. Don't look it up.
We live in Florida.
I'm very much aware.
Okay.
We do
Do you
live in a
recommend an
peninsula.
armory or a weaponry that may specialize in archery equipment?
There is a blacksmith in town. There are two. There's two. Oh yeah, no. There's one run by it's a Goliath and a halfling team, a duo team.
Oh my god.
so cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me and everyone else.
Colin Schwan.
So you make it to the tall and small,
Yes.
as they have renamed themselves. And it's the Goliath that greets you after he sets a... looks like he's working on harpoon bolts, large like crossbow bolts for you hunting sea monsters perhaps, or larger game, right?
It's making me
Whales,
want to go on the boat.
sharks. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
This is making me not want to go on the boat.
Mine was sarcasm.
You can tell he's from the northern mountain region. Most Goliaths are, but he has a more Central Plains, heart of the Empire, sort of neutral sound to him. Hello, what can I get for you?
Hello, I am looking specifically for a longbow.
Absolutely, we have one. We have multiple. How many do you need?
Well, there's just me.
Okay. Some people like having two, but that's fine if you just want one.
I would just like one.
Okay.
Do you?
Naria in the back is trying to figure out how someone would operate two longbows at once.
So does that slow turn and then
Yeah.
visibly makes the decision to ignore you.
Good.
Do you have any that you would recommend with special properties, or do you just have a standard longbow?
Most of them are fairly standard that we have. We don't do much enchantment, but we can specialize some arrows. We do barb and glass them for our more, well, what would you say, sadistic patrons.
Right, the pirate thing.
Yarg.
How much would a bow and a full quiver of arrows run me? Do you have a sort of package deal?
No. So 51 gold pieces
For the lot?
for the lot. One bow, 20 arrows, and a quiver.
Could you make it 25 arrows?
For 51.
Are we all together?
You tell me.
Are we all together? Did you guys come with us
I
together?
believe so.
don't
Yes,
know. I want to know how many arrows
yeah.
actually fit in the quiver.
20.
20.
All right then.
Do you need help?
What would you are you going to beat him up? I was just going to
No,
buy
I have some gold I can lend you.
No, I can buy it. I was making conversation.
It was good. It was good conversation.
I will take that.
Okay.
I'll give you.
Would you
51.
perhaps like to buy some books?
No.
That's all right.
You did.
I did. Fuck, that's Norda's thing now.
Norda just became a door-to-door book
What is
salesman.
encyclopedia salesman? Hello.
Book of Mormon.
Jesus.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, it's an entire sets of the Book of Mormon we found in this
God.
library.
Yeah. Wow.
Well,
Weird turn.
I'm discovering a lot about myself today.
How much for a quiver and 8 arrows?
8 arrows
Yes.
and a quiver.
I
Take
don't
some
even know.
math for that weirdo. Fine. Give me a moment.
You said there's 20 can fit in a quiver?
Yes.
Yes,
I
a
have-
quiver is usually 1 gold piece. So it would have been 52 gold pieces. He gave you the quiver for free.
That was very
So.
kind.
Quiver is a gold piece. So that would mean
I have
That-
12 arrows. I'm not that weird.
You can always use more arrows.
20 arrows are 1 gold piece. So if I do that math right, that's 5 coppers per arrow. So for 8 arrows, it's 40 coppers, or 4 silver,
Okay.
or almost half a gold, not quite.
Gotcha.
I can only do the conversion so far. You
That's
gotta jump
fine,
in and
that's
help
fine.
me here.
So if I give
I'm not
you
doing Electrum.
So a quiver is
Negative.
54 gold pieces. Is that correct?
For what?
For just the quiver?
It's one
Quiver
gold
is
piece.
one
One
gold piece.
Wonderful. Okay.
The bow is 50 gold pieces.
Okay. I already have a bow.
Okay. So you
I just need something to hold my arrows in and more subsequent arrows.
I suspect you have a quiver.
That's how you hold
Actually,
it.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
You-
I don't know,
because
man.
I found this. I
Oh.
found it. It
Okay.
didn't have a quiver.
Okay, great.
I just found the arrows.
Great.
You just found 8 arrows.
Well,
At once,
about
or
12
have you been 12 arrows? Or have you just been picking
Listen,
them up as you go?
that's all the guy had left. He had 8 arrows left in a bow, and
That's fair.
how,
That's,
can
yeah.
I give you my money and stop talking now,
Sure.
please?
Absolutely. Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Like,
I just think this is brilliant.
I love it. All right, so I'm gonna give you 1 gold piece and 4 silver.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
She's just like
Yeah.
fisting 12.
Yeah, she is. She is. But she collected them one at a time, going around the world.
Like they're not even the same.
No.
Very-
Yeah.
All flesh different heads, different draw lengths on them.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's
Probably. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm just gonna take them and go, thank you, I'm sorry for being rude. And then just kind of get all my shit in order.
Now for a final normal conversation. Do you have a dagger?
Yes.
Thank
of
you.
course. I don't know why I keep closing this. Whatever the dagger price is, 2 gold pieces, I bet, something like that.
I think I can afford that.
Yeah. It should be like 25 when I finally
Do you
find
need
it.
help? This is what we ask, apparently.
I was right, 2 gold pieces.
Yay!
Anything else from the blacksmith before I close the player's
Before he
handbook
runs for the
Okay.
hills.
section?
I am fine.
I
No?
don't need the
Okay.
name.
I'm just
Alright. Yes.
Just not unless you want to take some books off my head.
No.
Okay.
No books.
No books.
No books.
No books. Wonderful. Anything else within the town?
No.
I got everything I need.
No, I'm good.
Okay. You
Can't afford
guys
anything else.
meet up with a con in the underground cavern. The shore skimmer is ready. The crew is set. It's crewed by I'm gonna say like 16 people. Pretty light crew. It's not. Yeah, I think it actually can go up to 30, but
It's a big long book.
Yep. So you guys begin to set out on your journey. As he reviews the maps, you are on average 21 days away from the Temple of the Weeping Lotus. So we're gonna. Who wants to roll a percentile for me?
63.
63. Okay. So you do slightly better than 21 days. Doing math.
Numbers.
So you get there in about 18 days. But as you are traveling, do me a favor and roll a D12 for the first week of travel.
9.
You know, like there's a book open.
Yeah.
Damn it.
The creature of the night.
Books mean danger.
Books are the
Information.
worst.
We try to sell them. Don't say that.
That's what she's trying to get rid
More
of.
than the worst, man. That's why
It just won't sell. Ugh.
it's like having a mogwai. It's like, I know what happens.
What did I have you roll? I apologize.
D12.
D12.
Yeah.
That was a lie. Roll me a D12 plus a D8.
Ooh.
13.
As you guys are traveling along for the first week, you hear out a call of shipwreck along the shore. I'll take perception checks as you guys are traveling. It is sunset. It's been about 6 days.
Nat 20.
Wonderful.
Woo!
That's a 7.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah! Yeah, you perceptive monks.
Yeah, 22.
I don't like
22?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
As you guys are looking over, it is sunset on the 6th day. You guys have been sticking close to the shores. The shore skimmer is, true to its name, a shallow boat designed to avoid open waters because that is where the pirates and more of the imperial vessels patrol. So it can drop anchor quickly and pass itself off as a fishing boat. So it is deceptive in its nature. It is wider than most longboats of its kind. So it does have a comparable hold. It is a little iffier on deep water, but it's a solid vessel. The rocking, not so bad. It's been very uneventful. The most disruption that you guys go through is Akan's insistence on early morning shooting, as he will quite regularly wake up with the sun and begin like skeet shooting and sharpshooting off of he does it in every possible place, right? From the crow's nest, from the bow, from the stern.
Does he have a skeet assistant?
He does. He does.
Does he need another one?
Always.
I would like to join him for a few of these mornings.
Wonderful. Absolutely. And he takes
Just
to you.
to throw.
Yeah,
I don't want to shoot.
Takes to your ability to chuck things on command really well. Yeah. Yeah.
Norda is very shakily doing yoga.
Ewyn Dervin is his other skeet shooting assistant.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's a cabin boy that really loves Akan, right? Like Akan's like cool hero for him,
Oh.
right? He's a dragonborn. He's got all these fancy guns, and so this is
How old is he? Do we know roughly?
He's maybe 14, 15.
Aw.
Yeah, so yeah, he's a young kid, but he's not like child, right? He's right in that
Apprentice
about
age.
to be useful age.
I'm still determined to outthrow him.
Oh yeah, and you do regularly. Yeah.
It will shame this child.
Yeah. I don't even think intentionally. I
In
think
fact-
it's just like, why can't this kid throw farther? I can throw farther.
Roll a d20 for me.
Yeah, sure.
Oh god.
Plus your dex.
Plus my dex.
Yeah. I mean, dex and proficiency. You do know how to throw stuff, so
Yeah, that's a 14.
okay. You most of the time you are out throwing him, but on this particular morning he gets just a good swing, and he like sort of throws his shoulder out as he does it. But it's worth it to him, right?
God.
As you guys launch the stuff out there, Akan with a natural 20 lines them both up and shoots both like mugs in one shot. And he goes, this was most impressive. I enjoy it. He's good. And Durbin is like, oh, yay. And he looks at you and he's like, yeah, I threw further than you. He gives you that eye as he walks away.
I'm gonna go.
Holding his shoulder.
Yeah.
Just Sami Zaynin out of this place.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, which he doesn't do until he gets like away. Like once he gets around the mast, he's like, oh, that one hurt. Oh, that one hurt. Oh.
It was working.
Yeah. So Jervin on his watch lets out the call. There as the sun's going down over the waters. It is that beautiful time of reds and pinks. You are working along the southern shore on... Let's see how far you would have gotten on day 6. You're working right around the islands outside of where the Temple of the Unnamed is marked. where it is not physically at, but where it is.
I had a bad experience.
You did. As you guys look over the shoreline, it is a beach. There doesn't seem to be a lot of crags, not a lot of shoals. No real obvious reason for the shipwreck to happen. Looks like it was a boat relatively your size, another longboat, probably a merchant vessel. From what you can tell, it is dragged up onto the shore. Low tide is sort of coming by now. So it was near there, probably got washed up and is breaking back, probably been there a day or two. You do see among the parts of the boat that are still being hit by waves, you do see a bit of movement down and around there.
Is it the stuff that attacked the boat on the way to Drimtrosafar?
You haven't seen it.
Can we see any bodies?
There are no bodies that
Okay.
you can see along the shoreline.
So the sailors aren't anywhere. The movement, to me, could be sailors or it could be the people that attacked the boat.
Yeah, and you're seeing humanoid movement. They are in and around the water, right? They are not breaking the surface.
Oh, right.
So you're seeing that with a natural 20. You're seeing them back around that portion of the boat that is underwater. It's mostly shadow, right? So you're just the way you would see like a school of fish or like a pod of dolphins at a distance. That's what you're picking up on.
Gotcha.
Evan, what do your half-elf eyes see?
You with a 22, you see that as well.
Okay.
You do see the movement as well. So you can ask her what her elf eyes
your
see.
I have whole elf eyes.
What do your whole elf eyes see?
Some vague movement around the boat.
There are things in the water.
Yeah.
Akan, what do you think we should do? Captain Akan.
Yes, no, that's true. I am. Yeah, you are right. I am the captain. This is very true.
We are so fucked.
We all. The fuck
They are not.
we are so fucked right now.
I would say.
Hashtag so fact.
Oh god. All right.
Look, it is up to you. Me personally, boats wreck all the time, right? Yes, it's
Do you
true.
recognize the boat?
No.
Then if they are not disturbing us, we should not disturb them.
But they might. There might be more of them.
Should we perhaps see if there are any survivors?
And stuff.
You can stay up here. We will go look for
You
bodies
could
and boobs,
stay
yes?
on the boat instead of going on land. Or you can come
Fine,
with
let's
us
go
on
to the land.
I was gonna say, I mean, don't you hate boats?
I'm not fond of them.
Fair enough. Do you
I'm
want to
gonna-
look at this other boat? Will you not like this boat too?
He's gonna walk away.
I'm just gonna dive.
You're gonna swim out.
Yeah,
Okay.
fuck it.
Oh.
Let's start this.
How far are we far enough to,
I mean,
Dock?
you're probably there. There's no
Then to
docking.
pull up on the.
You would,
yeah, I mean, like, pull up on the beach.
the longboat. You probably don't want to pull up on the beach.
Okay.
Especially in like a low tide, right?
Right.
There are.
Okay.
Yes, you can drop a skiff and
Can I
I'm gonna do
row
that.
out. Yeah.
shadow bamf?
Yeah. I'm gonna say you're like 200 feet out. So you're how far can you?
60.
60. You want to save it, or you and start swimming, or do you
I
want
can
to?
do it all the time.
You can do it all the. There's no limit on the amount.
There's no limit. It's just bonus action.
Broken.
That is a bit broken. We'll have to review that.
I
Yeah.
had to say it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Let me check. It might be. Yeah, no, then I will wait. But I am swimming.
It's usually like once per short rest.
You're once for short rest. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I apologize.
You're once per short
That's
rest.
funny.
I feel like you're not the first person to say that to a DM, so I think it's okay.
I'm glad that finished with DM.
Me too. I was like, oh shit, Dana, no.
What kind I did ask for 8 arrows, so I mean, I'm begging for it.
If I have this many arrows, how many more does it take to fill this?
Are we far enough into the journey that you're regretting your choice to dump out the alcohol?
No, I'm good. We also just came up on a boat, so I'm like,
Oh, you're like more alcohol potentially.
That's
potentially, yeah. But I'm cool
Right.
saving it for the good stuff. I mean, you know.
Fair enough. All right, get in the skiff.
All right. She's swimming out.
She's-
Yeah, takes a little bit to get the boat ready. You drop it down. He sets off two sailors to help you guys row.
Thanks.
As you guys are making out, we'll say that around the same time, with her lead and with the time that it took to get things going, you guys get to about 60 feet of the part of the boat where you saw the movement. I'll take perception checks as you guys are approaching.
13.
10.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, 11.
I also got 13, so that is the highest that we got.
Okay.
You did not do me well today.
As you guys are approaching, you cease to see the creatures that had been casting their shadows down around the area.
That's not a
I
fun
need everybody to roll initiative.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you do.
Now we start rolling good. I mean, okay.
Oh, yeah, that was that. Great. Thanks.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah, I'm carrying it. It's fine. Yep. Nope.
Look at that. You're
This
on
works.
charge.
I'm uncomfortable in this boat.
This is what I'm looking for. Okay. Anybody above 20?
Yeah, 21.
21.
Damn, okay.
Damn,
I
that's
told you.
19, 18, 17,
17.
16, 17.
Oh, 16.
Naria. Norda. Qwill, what you got?
11.
11. You guys are surprised as the shark-like fishman comes swimming up from the depths beneath you. You actually all outrolled them. They rolled a 2.
Oh, well, there we go.
slow shark boys.
But because of that,
But they got a surprise round.
because of that surprise, they get tagged first.
Where's
Can
Lava
monks,
Girl?
I thought monks couldn't be surprised.
You can be, unless there's something that tells.
I thought
you
we
can't.
couldn't be surprised.
We can't be surprised.
I
That
thought.
surprises me.
That surprises me too.
Well, apparently we can't.
How cosmically
I-
ironic.
I think at 3rd level you can be. I think later
Yeah, I think
on.
maybe 6th level. Maybe?
There's something that
I feel like it might be a level thing.
You can double check.
I'm not seeing it for right now, so please, I'm sorry. Please
No,
continue.
that's fine.
And I will stop fighting you.
You're good.
No, we can't be surprised.
That's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
All right. As it comes swimming up, I need those of you in the boat to
Yes.
make a dexterity saving throw.
No,
Of course.
God.
13 is the target as 2 of the fishermen rush and try to capsize the boat.
16.
I
16.
got a 18.
16 as well.
Great. So the boat goes over. It ends up dumping out. The sailors are caught completely off guard. They are prone in the water. They're just not ready to do anything. You guys, however, are able to act and have your movement. So as you feel the boat start to go, you guys dive into the water. You're just below the surface. You can spin and see them, these green-skinned, greenish gray with sort of this sandpaper scaling and very, not even scales, just sort of smooth, lithe skin. Very shark-like or shark-adjacent in its nature. The other one, you can see rush Norda, who was already in the water. It carries a makeshift spear, which looks like a long piece of whalebone. That it is sharpened to a point. That is a 16 to hit.
Nope.
And then it, as it swims up, it attempts to latch on and bite her. Another 16. So both of those are going to miss. Evan,
Yes. My turn.
your turn.
Are they like a pod? Or are they just a bunch of people in one location?
Two of them are 10 feet from you, the
Okay.
ones that had dumped to the boat. One of them is 15 feet from you,
Okay.
slightly off to the side, right next to Norda. So they're not all together. Two of them are next to each other. If you wanted to cast, I'm guessing Shatter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you will also shatter the boat.
Oh no. That would be sad.
That would be sad.
That
Um,
is what that
Quill's indifferent.
is. Fuck boats.
How do they float? I did not understand.
Did we all fall out of the boat, including the?
Everybody's
Yeah,
out.
we
of the
out.
boat. Yeah, they completely tipped the boat over. It's just you guys don't lose any
It's like the
movement.
Little Mermaid guys.
I could cast Cloud of Daggers though.
You could.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that one. Let's do.
It's dexterity saves, I believe.
Yes.
Natural 20, natural 18.
Okay.
Woof.
So yes.
I believe they take half
Half.
damage.
Mm,
Yeah, first time they enter or at the start of their turn.
yes.
So this is the first time they
So,
enter.
4d4. I think that d4.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
This is not a 4. This is a 6. There you go.
8, 10, 13. So
13, halved.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to call that 7.
and that shall be it for now.
Okay. Naria.
I'm going to go for. You went for the one that was
Oh, for the 2 that took our boat.
the 2 that took the boat. I'm going to go for the one that's about 15 feet away.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
And do what what my mama told me and punch a shark in the face.
There you go. Punch a shark man in the face.
Punching a shark man in the face. That is 24.
24 hits.
Hope.
Help.
I hope that
What
hits.
is a shark safety?
That's 9 points of damage.
Okay. Nicely done. Norda,
I punched.
do you want a bonus action attack? Because you can.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, I can. I might as well hit the same one again.
Yeah, you can't reach any others.
Yeah, so I'll, with my other hand, I'll go for the hook
Yeah.
for the other side of its head.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's a 9.
Miss.
Yeah. No, it's still not high enough. Continue.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're good.
What is it?
Yeah, it is a... Nope, never mind. It is a 9.
Okay.
It's still a 9!
Still a 9.
Ooh.
Norda.
No!
You're born.
You're
the
born!
alcohol.
Oh, thank you.
Norda was on me about
Falling into
punching.
the sea.
Indeed,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, it's in that one. So
That one misses.
and then that's better. 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
10 points.
10 points. Yeah, he is looking terrible.
That's it.
That's it. Qwill.
The 2 sailors that are prone, are they like close together?
They are relatively close together, and they're actually very near the 2 sharkmen in the cloud of
Okay.
daggers.
Okay. I would like to create like a little ice bowl that scoops them up out of the ice in a pillar about 15 feet high, so they're
Okay.
just out of the way.
Okay. Yes.
And that's my action, so I'm just gonna unsling my glaive and just kind of get ready.
Okay. Yeah, they're quite surprised as the water around them begins to freeze and coalesce and sort of
Yeah.
raise up. It gets up out of
They're
the.
not near me, correct?
I mean, they're
Am I close enough to go up with them? Or
no.
all right, then I'm just gonna send them up.
Yeah.
About 15 feet in
Yeah.
the
So
air.
the pillar rises up and then sort of
Yeah, it's sort of like a
bobbles
concave.
down. Yeah,
it's
so
a
it's
little
a-
concave so they don't fall off because
Right.
it's ice.
yeah.
Just
It's this weird ice float that is suddenly
Yeah.
in the water. Okay. What was your bonus action? You said.
Prep
Nothing.
your
I know it's not a bonus action. I'm just
Great.
slinging my glaive off.
Sling
my
your
back,
glaive.
So
Got it.
getting ready.
Sounds good.
The old glaive sling.
The old glaive sling. The Suhujin that is engaged with Norda and Naria. Spear attack on Norda is going to miss with an 11, and Naria, he tries to bite with a 19.
That hits.
That does hit. That is 5 points of damage. And you can hear this. Oh, you can't hear it. Never mind. No hearing.
You hear nothing.
The other two guys swim out of the cloud of daggers. So they are out of there. They come rushing up with their 40-foot speed. Pardon me. To Evan with a double spear attack. The first one is going to spear. He'll go first. 13.
No.
And then he follows it up with a bite. Natural 1. So both of those are going to miss. The other guy follows up. Another spear attack. 14.
No.
And 15.
No.
Okay. We're
Woohoo!
slowly improving, though.
16.
You guys can do it, Shark Men.
Going. We're getting there. Working their way up.
Wonderful.
It's very, very close.
They are getting there. Okay. Evan.
Yes. Oh, yes. I will try to hit it. The one that tried to bite me that got really close.
Yeah.
With, my rapier.
Okay.
19.
Hits.
Straight. Yes. 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'll do my bardic inspiration die for my offhand attack. I can deal damage to creatures next to the target within 5 feet.
Okay.
So it is 6 points of damage.
6. Nice.
And that is my turn.
Great. Naria.
I'm going to give a nice swift kick to the one that I am engaged with.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Underwater. Swift kicks happen
Underwater.
all the time.
It's as swift as it can be.
Right,
He doesn't
right.
see it coming.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I got you.
24.
Hits.
So then that's
Right in his shark balls.
right in his shark balls. And that's 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And I would like to take a bonus action to then give a swift punch
All right.
in the face.
All right.
Man, my bonus actions are not great. That's an 8.
Miss.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Okay. Qwill. The sailors are safe.
Yes.
Evan is being swarmed by
yeah, I'm
a
gonna
couple of shark people.
run over to Evan and I'm pretty tall. How deep is this water?
Oh, fair enough.
It's deep. Yeah.
All right.
How tall is he?
Slog my way over to.
We're not in standing shore yet. Yeah, we're still in about 12 feet of
All
water.
right. Oh, I don't even. Can I use my weapon then?
You can try.
All right. Cool. I'm done.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In
I was like, hold on.
what I'm allowing melee
Okay.
not to be a disadvantage.
Okay.
Because otherwise
Great.
nothing would ever
I
happen
appreciate
in
that.
an underwater fight. Ranged attacks
Seems-
underwater
don't work.
are at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Unless they're magical, right?
Okay.
So like a bow, unless you have like a spear gun specifically designed to be in
All right,
water.
I
like a
will
harpoon.
head on over to this guy,
Okay.
and I'll take a stab at. You're being attacked by 2, right?
Yeah.
Take a stab at whichever one I can get to first.
Great.
So that is going to be a 14.
Hits.
Cool. This is D8. Which would be nice if I could find. So it's going to be an 11 slashing.
11. Yeah, you cut him down as your glaive comes spinning out across his chest and just leaves a big gap of blood filling the water.
And then, I guess, bonus action, I'm just going to kick the other guy.
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's going to be 23.
Hits.
And it's 8 blood.
Yeah, as you punch him, his jaw just sort of breaks off and teeth fall out as he goes unconscious.
You want a necklace? I'll get you some shark teeth. Cool.
Ooh-ha.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you. I was almost going there. I
Okay.
just got there first.
You're welcome.
You are welcome.
The Sahujin, locked in combat with Naria and Norda, is going to use his action to disengage as he swims away 15 feet carefully, and then he starts swimming at his speed. So he has a swim speed of 40 feet. So he gets a bit of distance away from you guys, and rushing up from the depths is this large hunter shark that comes. Have either of you been hit?
I have.
You have.
No.
You have not.
Smells the blood.
So yeah, the smell of blood draws it over to you as it comes swimming by and attempts to bite you.
Both of us?
Just you.
Oh, just me.
Just you.
How
Very
special.
special that way.
Yeah. 16.
Miss.
Miss. It goes swimming past. You can both make attacks of opportunity against it.
Oh, Smurf, yeah. 25?
Hits.
Just a D20 roll,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
8 points.
8 points.
Let's see. 14.
14.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
Hits.
Sweet. I'm a fan of when things hit. That's 5 points damage.
Okay. Yeah, you guys start punching the shark, and it starts thrashing about as it swims past you. Underwater shark punching! Evan.
Yes. I'm gonna try to take care of this one next to me. So I will do the same thing that I did with my rapier. Oh yeah, 21 to hit
Oh,
the
the
shark next to me.
those two are dead.
Oh, she killed. Who killed the
She
second
killed
one?
both of them.
Oh, you killed both of them?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
said you're welcome.
yeah. I only killed one of them. I am so sorry. So all that's left is this hunter shark.
And the other
the hunter
one.
shark and the
And
guy
the
that's
guy that's
swimming
swimming
away.
away.
Disengaged, yeah.
Yeah, the guy that at this point is
I thought you only slashed
70
the
feet
one.
from you.
Oh
Yeah,
god, no, I
the
can't
other
reach
one's
that. Well,
face.
maybe I can. I don't think I have anything that's 120 feet. Load. I could. Nope, everything I have is 60 feet, so that's not gonna work. Oh my gosh, shush. I'm gonna go ahead and go after the hunter shark then.
Okay. Yeah, hunter shark's within 30 feet, so you can try to swim over there to it. Make an athletics check for me.
Sure.
Technically, in water, your speed should be halved,
Halved.
so 15 feet. But I'm gonna, if you succeed, I'll let you get there.
I get plus 10 because I just used a flourish to my
That's fine.
movement, just FYI.
Great.
Oh, not good. That's a 9.
So you go 15 feet.
Then
With a
That's
plus 10,
fine.
how did you get a 9?
no, I get a plus 10 to my movement.
Oh, 10 feet.
Yes.
So you go 20 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
That's still not close
Still
enough.
not close enough.
Yeah. So I shall.
I thought you had a plus 9 to athletics, or plus
plus
10 to
10
athletics.
No.
And
Plus
you
10 to my
told me
movement.
9. I was like, that doesn't work. We got to do that
That's
again.
not a thing. I mean, I'm bad at math, but I'm not that bad at math. Okay. So I shall do vicious mockery then.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
What you gonna
Which is-
say to it?
Shark bait.
Yeah.
Run away. That's a whiz save, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
No.
The-
Yeah.
The shark is not surprisingly wise. It is average in its wisdom.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a shark.
So.
I don't know. It's pretty cute.
Yeah. That's right. So that means 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. All right, and it is at disadvantage, I believe,
Yes.
for its next attack.
Yes. And it has to flee, but it's fine.
It's already.
Yeah, it's already fleeing.
It's already fleeing.
It's really flew.
It's already going away from me. All right.
Naria.
I am going to... Actually, how far away am I from our capsized boat? Or from the capsized boat that we're going to investigate.
Oh, from that boat?
Yeah.
60 feet.
Okay. And I take it this shark is... I mean, I'm engaged with it, so I'm far
The
closer
shark
to
has
it.
swum past you. So it came like swimming up, tried to bite you, and kept going. So the shark is 20 feet from you guys because it's got a 40-foot speed.
Okay.
So you guys punched it as it swam away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So sharks don't stop and like engage. They keep swimming.
They just keep going. Okay. And you said it's 40 feet away?
It's 20 feet from
20
you.
feet away.
Yeah.
Fantastic. My speed is 45, so I'm going to approach it. And...
Okay, you can make that.
And you know what? I'm going to draw my short sword and maybe kind of get it in the face. Get a nice gash in the eye.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That is unnatural 20.
Hits.
Nice. And and that is 5 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you get
Wow.
you get a good cut on it.
That's good.
Yeah, maybe not the face gash you were hoping for, but like a good gill cut.
Okay.
That's gotta hurt. That can't.
I'll
feel
take
good,
gill
right?
cut. I was going for eyeball.
Yeah,
But
I got you. Norda,
He's 70 feet away.
the guy
The guy.
from you, 50 feet.
Okay. Then bonus action.
55.
Bonus action. Shadow Bamf. Because that
Okay.
will take me 60.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I would like to punch him.
Great.
I would like to. But that's an 8 to hit.
8 misses.
So I'm not gonna. But I am gonna.
But you would like to.
It's a +6, I believe, for you, but still, it's gonna miss.
No, it's +4.
Dex plus
Oh, wait.
proficiency.
Oh, I've been doing this backward. Huh. Oh, well. It's,
14?
what was it?
What'd you roll? You rolled 8, so it would be
You rolled
10.
a 4.
So it would be
Roll
10.
4, so 10.
10 still misses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had this conversation, though.
Bonus action. You use
I
your.
already used my bonus action, I
Yeah.
know.
But
I'm
you're
in
there.
his face.
But you're in his face.
Whoa!
Ah!
Didn't think to see me back so soon.
He
Which
did
com-
not.
He did not.
He did not expect
Indeed.
to see
It's
you
just
back
glub,
so
glub,
soon.
glub, glub. And he's like,
Yeah.
Qwill,
I mean, they're leaving.
the
Are we
the
actively
one is-
hunting
there
sharks
is
at this
one
point?
there is one shark
Yes.
man that is swimming for his
Okay,
life.
and the other shark,
No,
The hunter shark?
hunter shark, did he leave
The-
or
the-
he's circling back around?
You don't know at this point.
Okay. In that case, I am.
One of these is like a natural animal.
Yeah.
The other one is a. Is it a? It's either a humanoid or a monstrosity.
In that case, I'm going to
Humanoid. So
I'm
hooligan
going to
are
hope
humanoids.
that he's just going to go eat the other 2 dead sharkmen that are sitting next to me. So I'm going to swim towards the shore.
You're gonna swim towards the shore.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I'm just going to basically dash to the shore
Okay, great.
if I can do that. So that's. I can move like 90 feet.
Yeah. Half that because
that,
you're in
so-
the water.
So 45.
45. Yeah. Yeah, you're within 15 feet of the boat. And fighting Norda. We have Monster who's trying to run away and you won't let him. 17?
Nope.
Okay. And he's gonna swim away again. You can make your attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's trying to go home to his family.
Fuck off. No. 24.
Hits.
So 5 points.
5 points. He is gone.
He'll never get back to his shark family.
Children will have no father now.
The shark bites at Naria as it is swimming away.
About that one.
That is a natural 20.
Ooh, yeah, that is.
That does hit.
Does it?
It does.
Oh, shocking.
Ow.
So that is going to be.
Do some voice acting reaction sounds.
Record them for later.
That is 26 points of damage.
Oh, I am unconscious.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is your total hit points?
My 24.
Oh, you get to roll on the pain chart.
What already?
Yeah. As the shark clamps down on you, and then just like a dog with a tug toy, just ragdolls you.
First KO on the
Back and
stream! Yay!
It lets you out. Actually, it doesn't really let you out, as it just sort of tears whatever bite it had. Your skin
Jesus.
rips off as it swims
Oh,
away.
God.
Well then.
Alright.
It gets,
Rude.
It gets 40 feet away. Okay.
No.
Evan.
Yeah, can I make it to her?
She is... No, she's much faster than you. She swam...
She didn't swim. She
No,
swam.
I didn't swim.
I swam.
You
Qwill swam. I want to make it to...
I went.
not-
You swam after the shark.
I did. You're
You
correct.
did.
I'm sorry.
You wanted
I
to cut him
swam.
in the
I
face.
thought. Yes, I did want to cut
Yeah.
him in the face, and I got him in the gill. But then
You
he
did.
destroyed me and everything that I own. So yeah, yeah. But how
Were you-
far away am
Were
I?
you guys
from
swimming towards the shore? Was the shark?
They're swimming out to sea.
Okay, so you're not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Sorry, you're
swimming
not
out to
near
sea.
me.
So,
So you swam your full, like,
y-
60 feet or whatever?
40 feet.
45.
Yeah, no way I'm getting to you. That's fine. I shall healing word you.
Okay. Yeah, you swim your 15, 20 feet, and then with the other 30 feet, you can healing word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do it at... yeah. I'll do it at my second level, so... 2d4. Oh, I rolled 2 4s. Ha! So you get 8 plus 4, so 12.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. The parts of your flesh begin to knit back together as the magic of the healing word coalesces. Your skin fresh as you can sort of feel it coming back together. The shark is 40 feet from you, Naria. It is your turn.
I'm going to disengage.
The shark's 40 feet away.
The shark has already disengaged.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get myself to shore.
Great. You're giving up on chasing the shark.
Yeah, I think I'm out. Watching my skin come back to me, I think.
Yeah.
Did
It burns because you're in salt water.
Yeah,
too.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Am I next to the ship? Over the crashed ship?
No, you went 40 feet away. You're 100 feet from that.
Okay.
Yeah, because you swam away from it to chase down the shark.
You need some
Like a
ice. You
smart
go to that
person.
cellar that I still have.
Yeah, right.
Hanging out.
I'm going
That'll be fresh
to
water soon, guys.
that I'm just gonna open my flask and drink of the breakfast beer. I got in there before a con stopped me to give me the horn.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of
It is the saltiest breakfast beer you've ever.
Yeah, it's not good, but
Yeah.
just guzzle it down and just kind of hyperventilate on the beach.
Okay, well,
Not
you
there
don't.
yet.
You get 40 feet. You're still 60 feet from the boat. From the shore, you're another 100 feet. Yeah, you're
Man.
nowhere near shore.
Oh, then I'm gonna drink and paddle
Drink and paddle.
You know,
Don't
like
do that
you
at
do.
home.
like one
Don't
does.
do that at home.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get
Okay.
to the shore.
Norda,
Ah,
the shark is swimming away. Are you going to try
How
to
far
chase
away?
it?
from me.
From you. Actually, it's only about 20 feet from you. You want to chase
That was
it
an
down?
ice cream,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
The shark is an ice cream man.
Anyone on the
Ice
stream
cream
hear the ice cream shark?
25.
Deadly ice cream shark. Yes, that does hit.
7 points.
7 points.
How's he looking?
He is bloodied. He is hurting, but he is up.
Okay, I'm going to flurry of blows.
Okay. 2 more attacks.
Now, can they be? Because there's the deck save or get knocked prone. If we're in the water, just go
So
upside down.
sure, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
so like prone in the prone condition means you have to spend half of your movement
Right. I
reorienting
want to try to
yourself.
slow him down a little
So I mean that's fine.
bit. Okay.
When sharks are upside down, they do go into like a weird
They sleep.
meditative state.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You're gonna try
I can't
to.
breathe.
So you don't get the extra attacks, I believe.
Flurry of blows, 2 unarmed strikes, and I can choose something that they do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that's where the empty hand.
Yes, it is.
Wonderful.
I was gonna say I can't do that. That sounds awesome.
Y'all rolling d6s to hit. I ain't, so screw off. All right. She said in a loving tone. Look, 10 to hit?
10?
Yeah.
No. Are you adding the +6?
Yes.
I'm just
You
making
rolled a
sure.
4 again?
I rolled a 4 again.
I thought you rolled a 7. I'm sorry.
I did it again.
No, I rolled a 4.
All right.
12?
12 barely hits.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. And that's 5 points. And it has to make a deck save.
5 points and a deck save.
5 points and a deck save.
8 fails.
Okay. So what the fuck is my deck?
So its speed has spent half its movement
Yeah.
reorienting itself. Great. Qwill, you're just swimming to shore.
Yeah, am I passing them?
No, they're the
No,
They were
they're
on the opposite
other
side.
side.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Then
They
yeah.
swam deeper into the water.
I'm gonna say y'all swim deeper into the water. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not a wise man.
I'm gonna swim. So the
Actually, no, I am. Jesus.
the sharks are.
Just not smart.
They're
Out.
they're
Cool.
they're going
Then
deeper. into the water.
I'm gonna swim closer to shore. I'm gonna lower the
sailors.
sailors and let them either ride the longboat or swim closer.
Yeah,
It's
they
their
start
choice.
working on riding the longboat. Okay.
So yeah,
Um,
keep swimming to the shore, the ship, whatever.
Yeah, you actually
am I close
get
enough to just do a perception check? On
you
the
get
area?
to the ship. Yeah, you
Alright.
with your speed, you're actually making it to the ship.
Okay,
at
can
this
I do
point.
a perception check on the
Absolutely.
area before Nope, it's a natural 1.
Okay, great.
I see nothing.
Yeah, you're not even sure you
Boat.
made it to the boat.
Is there a boat?
Where's that boat?
Think
What is
this
this
It's
boat?
cloudy. I don't understand.
Is
Did you
this a
open
boat?
your eyes underwater?
I did. I opened my eyes underwater.
Okay. Okay.
Not good.
So the shark rights itself with half its movement. Have you been hit yet?
No.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
18.
18.
Meets it, beats it.
Mm-hmm.
Come at me.
I'm too far away from you. I can't help you.
That
No,
is 12 points of piercing damage.
You can go fuck yourself. Okay. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Stupid nature.
Stupid nature.
Stupid sharks.
Yeah, bites you, and then it's gonna swim 20 feet, so you can make an attack of opportunity.
Ooh.
That was exciting. Everything went everywhere.
17 to hit.
Hits.
8 points.
Still up, barely.
I won't finish it.
Okay.
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 Evan.
Yeah. I am torn because my one person went that way and my other people went that way and she's fighting a shark.
She's fine.
Yeah. And I'll swim out as part of my movement, I guess.
What
to
your movement will allow? The half speed, so 15 feet.
15.
You can dash to make it 30.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Just so I can sort of
Try
try to
to
keep an
keep
eye
an
on
eye on
them.
her. Wonderful.
Don't know where
Naria,
the
you're swimming to the
Swimming.
boat, to shore.
Swimming to shore.
Great. What's your speed?
My speed is 45.
Great. So with a dash, you'll get 45 feet.
Wonderful.
Great. So you're getting up near Qwill now. You guys are both near the boat. Sort of, it's the back end of the vessel, sort of that broader side that is catching on the dirt and stuff. And you can see now as you guys get closer where the holes in the hull have been and what sort of forced it to sink. Norda. Swimming after the shark. Yeah. Okay.
Punch the shark. 18 to hit.
Hits.
5 points.
It's holding on.
What is this
Shark.
shark?
Another fucking key point.
You get 1 bonus attack just regularly.
I know, but
Okay,
why not do it, man?
You want the double.
Yeah,
Got it.
I'm
All
not,
right.
I'm not taking any choices with this fucker, especially
right.
how I'm rolling. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
8 points.
That's showtime.
Nature, screw you.
Just to set the scene for you, this shark has bitten Naria, dog chewed it.
I
away.
got it in the gills, remember?
Yeah, and as
Whoa.
it's swimming away, you have chased down a shark. Like
On my way.
yeah, you're doing the Michael Phelps like swim.
Yeah.
And you don't even like hit it with anything but your fists.
No. So you chase it down once more
Yeah.
as this beast attempts to flee for its life.
No.
And you
I want to reach into its mouth,
Oh god.
Yeah.
grab teeth, and then pull.
okay. Yeah, you get the cartilage down around the jaw and you just rip and you actually kind of hook a leg up over its nose.
This is
And-
mine.
and tear it out. It goes limp and belly up and it's starting. It's like
It's
sinking.
a fucking shark, man, and it just tried to eat all of us.
It did kind of eat me.
No.
There you
So you,
Shark dentures now.
you have the bottom jawbone of the shark.
Yes, I do.
It's even worse.
This is mine now. And I start swimming back.
And you start
Just
swimming
holding it
back
over.
with it.
It's one of those like self-motor things.
As
It's like the little floaty thing at the Y.
wow, as
Oh god.
That's taking you back, right, kids?
yeah.
It looked like an ice cream.
The sailors see you with this. Like, she just killed a shark with her bare hands? Yeah, she did. She ripped that jaw out. I know. Shark killer.
Just figured out my new accent. I will be Quinn from Jaws for the rest of the
Oh. Okay.
And
So
I just see that and I'm just like, oh, I guess you didn't need my help then.
so proud.
Okay.
Good.
Swimming back to shore.
So the boat gets over near the shipwreck. You guys have the opportunity to search through it, and I will take investigation checks from everybody. It's a relatively, a boat's a decent sized wreck as you guys are digging through. Norda's enamored with her shark jaw. She spends more time playing with what can it cut on the hull and trying to use it as a tool.
Does it fit my head?
Does it fit? Yeah. Yeah, she's trying to make a necklace or something out of it.
But it still has the flesh on it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm
What else?
freaked out.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Bleeding all
far
over me.
away from it. I have a 14.
Okay.
11.
13.
Okay.
Not perceptive.
We're not
I'm very
investigative.
perceptive. I'm just not
Yeah.
investigative.
I have expertise in my investigation. That's just how I rolled.
Oh. Wow.
It's just a bad roll.
Yeah, it's just a bad roll.
That one is a bad roll. I will say, you guys you find what's left of the cargo. Most of this cargo has been pulled out. Looks like there were a number of silks and fine cloths, which is what this merchant ship was carrying. Much of it has been destroyed by the seawater, but some of it is still worthwhile. You are able to collect. Pardon me. You're able to collect about 200 gold pieces worth of preserved silver, preserved silks, and fine cloths, fine cottons, and other fabrics. The outer layers of it are ruined, but enough of it on the inside within the chest and the crates is recoverable. So you can value that at around 200 gold pieces once you find a place to sell it. You do also find a potion of water breathing.
Ooh.
That was kept on the vessel. That is about it. Looks like much of the hold had already been sort of dragged out, gone over. You suppose that fishmen probably left the silks and fabrics because they're fish people and
They don't need it.
yeah.
I already have a new dress this season.
Yes.
And the potion of water breathing too.
Yeah.
Any bodies?
I'm already a fish.
You do not. Yeah,
Yeah.
you find no bodies. You find no
Okay.
signs of bodies or corpses. You do not find remains even. Yeah. So
Can I do an investigation to see if I can figure out what made the ship sink? Or
you've
are we assuming it's the shark?
you've seen the hole, and you have heard rumors of fish people attacking ships before.
Okay.
So you're not sure exactly how they went about it, but you're able to put that two and two
Okay.
together. It is most likely that this ship was sunk and set upon by Sahuagin. It looks like you guys came upon the remains of that party that's looting and transporting things out of there. So.
Okay.
Do I have to, not to bring attention back to this,
Uh-huh.
do I have to roll a scary
Yeah, she
Yeah,
does.
you do.
pain chart?
You absolutely do.
Should we do that now?
We
do you want to
absolutely
wait
should.
until never?
No.
We can put this on.
Until we forget about it.
No.
Oh no!
It's that moment when you open your book for some reason.
Mmm.
Weird.
An animal. Roll for initiative. Fight whatever in the book.
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Natural 20.
Yeah, with
A headache.
It's my migraine.
Like really bad.
no, actually that's as good as you can do. So it's just a minor scar. You can see
flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
yeah, it's the individual punctures of the teeth
Nice.
are scarred, but there is no overall large scar. So it doesn't affect any of your stats. You were able to be healed quickly enough that you didn't suffer permanent damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
So there you go. You are welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, you are welcome.
For those of you watching at home, if you ever take damage that is equal to or exceeds your maximum hit points in one strike, we make you roll on the lingering injury chart. So that is what just happened there.
Well done.
You guys collect up your goods. You make it back to the shore skimmer with your...
Going back to the boat.
Yeah, you guys are early days in the... You're only
Yeah,
about
only 6 days.
a third of the way into the journey here.
Lovely.
Wonderful. As you guys are, you gather up, you put the cargo in the holds. Akan, over the next couple of days, as you guys are traveling, does a good job of avoiding Imperial ships. You all are stopped at one point, and you talk about being attacked by shark monsters. Akan does most of the talking. And luckily you show off that ruined cargo as, oh yeah, no, we're completely legitimate. This is not a...
End of battle.
Yeah, I'm like,
Shark? Shark? Yeah.
We are shark hunters. That is what we are. We aren't anything else. So I'm assuming we can heal and get everything back.
Yeah, you guys go another roll a d12 for me.
11.
Wonderful. Yeah, so for the next 11 days, things are completely without incident. You get into a nice routine. So tomorrow you anticipate making it to the area outside the Temple of the Weeping Lotus. You recover your hit points. You guys spend some time on the boat. You do have technically downtime as you are traveling on a boat. What would you guys like to utilize this 12 days for? You can practice skills, try to learn languages. Is there anything that you guys want to use this time for?
Is it still 30 days for a language?
It is... Xanathar's changed it.
Or was it 30 days?
It was originally 250 days.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did I get 30?
Xanathar's... Language in 30 days. That's impressive. Yeah, that's amazing.
Xanathar's does a number of weeks.
Okay.
Let me...
Never mind then.
No. I mean, you've got...
11 days.
A week and a half.
It's technically they do 5-day weeks.
Oh.
So I'll call it
We
2
get
weeks
weekends.
for you.
Weekends off.
We get weekends off. That's wonderful. Love it.
Okay.
Let me see. Magic item training is what I'm looking for. Training. Language or tool proficiency takes 10 weeks. What is your intelligence modifier?
Oh, -1.
So 11 weeks.
Yeah.
25 gold pieces per week, and you need somebody that can teach you.
Yeah, fuck that noise. No, I'm good.
Okay.
I know languages.
Yeah, I ain't got money.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
If she wants books.
That's true. I didn't try you. Could I interest you in a set of books, perhaps?
Maybe.
Qwill is going to spend the time carving designs into the longbow. that
Okay.
He has. He is proficient in wood carving.
Wonderful. Make
So-
a dexterity proficiency check.
That's not great. Where's my dex? Well, it's gonna be 12 plus proficiency bonus, so 14.
Yeah, the designs are solid. They're a couple of slips, right? But you end up there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. You end up changing your design a little bit as you go. But yeah, it looks good. It looks well made. It definitely fits with the rest of your aesthetic.
Okay, cool. Yeah, do they have any vegetable dyes or anything on the?
No dyes
All
on the boat. No.
Keep an eye out for those then.
Okay.
So
Anything?
for this weapon deal, it is a weapon I am not proficient in. To learn a new weapon skill, essentially.
Weapon proficiencies require a feat. So you can learn like a tool set proficiency, like carpenters,
okay.
smithing, scribing, alchemy, herbalism, things like that.
Okay.
Sailing, or water vehicles is another one that you guys may want to spend time
Mhm.
doing, since you're literally on a boat and you operate out of an island.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Mhm.
Languages, tool proficiencies, that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Adventuring skills and weapon and armor have feats that give you that ability.
Okay. So I would not be able to ask Wonderful Akan to teach me his marksmanship skills.
You would need a trainer like Akan
Okay.
for firearms, since they are still an emerging technology,
Okay.
rare and new.
Gotcha.
So he would happily teach you, but for that one, I'll make a special case. What is your intelligence modifier?
0.
Great. So
smart.
that is going to be 300 days.
Ooh. Woof.
Yeah, about a year. Like, shooting's not the hard
Right.
part, and the marksmanship is not the
Yeah.
hard part necessarily of shooting, but it's being able to reliably reload and clear a jammed rifle. And it's different shooting at a range and shooting in combat.
Don't blow yourself up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So nothing backfires and you end up
a-
hurting yourself.
Exactly. So
Okay.
that's the real thing of proficiency for firearms,
Whew.
is the danger that they inherently have.
Yeah, that is a long time.
Yep.
In that case, I would like to learn some scaling. That's not a thing. Scaling laws. Sailing skills.
Yeah.
Some
so-
sailing. You want to? Okay.
Mhm.
You guys have the gold pieces to check off.
Yes.
Wonderful.
25 per week, you said?
25 per week, and
Can
you can
do.
do 2 weeks at this point.
Yes.
So,
I'll perform.
okay.
I'll try to busk, see if the sailors have any tips that they can give me.
Okay.
Maybe not. I mean, food,
Sure.
you know, like whatever.
Sure.
I will tip
Make,
you in books.
Yeah.
make a
Whatever.
performance check.
It's fine.
I will tip you in books.
Uh, 11.
They sing with you.
Cool.
I'll play with you a little bit. I'm violin.
Cool.
Yeah. Helps pass the time.
Yeah.
At the end of the 12 days after your finding of the shipwreck, you have passed some other vessels on the water. You do recognize the Imperial dreadnoughts that are patrolling the seas. You do find a couple of other pirate vessels. They recognize Akan. You guys have a variety of flags up in the crow's nest that you very quickly post, depending on who's coming by.
It's funny.
You're like, no, we're cool. Bye. Other than the description of your adventures with tearing shark jaws out.
And being in one.
And being eaten by one.
I like
And
put
you
it
show,
next door.
You
yeah,
show
it
how it
fits.
matches.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Right.
Ah, should we put our hands up?
But really, I'm like, like slightly traumatized at every reenactment.
You're like the weirdest mummer ever.
I'm sorry about it.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will put out pantomime. That's what we do with our 12 days.
Good. Good. You guys
That's
rehearse
what-
and prepare.
That's what
for
we've
the
done.
show.
Yeah.
That's what we've done.
I also play recorder, so I mean, like, you know.
Yes.
I play flute, so
Oh my
We got
god.
a band, guys! What are we
The
doing?
bard.
Yes!
We quit the rebellious life. We just go on tour.
I didn't want to be here anyway.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Good.
no, we're like the Dixie Chicks of the Arcadian Straits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
Am I the weird
good.
manager then?
Well, there's another dude. Yes, you're the weird manager.
Because the Dixie Chicks only have 3 people.
I just no, like as far
We'll
as
figure out the hierarchy. You know.
it's like
We'll be the
weird
Beatles.
political shit.
Oh yeah, we'll be the Beatles. That's fine.
Oh.
Oh,
four of
come
them.
on, why?
Because there are 4 of them.
So, yeah, but not the point. Okay.
Naria's definitely Ringo.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Good. Good. With a call in the midday, you guys are led around the peninsula that is where the Temple of the Weeping Lotus sits. It is a tall tower on a cliff face that is surrounded by vines that you can see from the water's edge. It's about 300 feet up a sheer cliff face to make it there from the water. And as you guys are approaching, you've been marking the shorelines as you go. It is about half a day's travel back to a place where you could disembark by skiff, and then you would be walking back up the long path to the cliff face. You might be close to like 500 feet, I think, something like that. It's a tall climb. It's a tall, difficult climb if you wanted to just try to climb a rock face. But Khan, after saying this, he goes, that is very inconvenient. So, where would you like to go? 3 monks in a bar.
Oh, look at the bard.
Right, because y'all are the athletics ones, and I'm not.
I also think perhaps maybe climbing up the cliff and just showing up in their backyard is not the best first impression we should make.
People that live on cliffs don't always want people to show up via cliff.
Right.
It is.
That's why they're on the
That
cliff.
is true.
If
Right.
we're here in mission of diplomacy, perhaps would be best if we came in through the front door.
Right. We're trying to befriend these men, right?
But the cliff is the fastest way.
Right. But it won't look good if we just climb up into the house.
Right, but we'll get there really fast, right?
Or I might die.
Hmm.
It does ruin your band name, I must say, if it is just 3 monks and a.
But then we could be the monkeys.
Oh,
Maybe
people
we...
would say you monkey around.
Stop. Can't. I strongly to go the long way.
See myself out?
We're the worst.
Yeah, we
No.
really are.
Grad students are the worst. You're not. Sorry. So-
Higher education is important, but still.
right. So.
But overpriced.
So
Okay.
we go around.
We go around.
We
the
go
long
around.
way.
We go around.
I think that's the best.
Yes.
I'm not the most athletic of people.
Are we gonna go now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you need a fix or something?
No. Fix. No, not a fix.
No.
No, I just I would just really like to get there. We should go now.
Oh,
And then I'm just gonna start walking.
You're on the boat. Khan turns the
I
boat.
jump off the boat. Let's go!
A
Mario.
Oh. A Khan
No, I'm not gonna jump off the boat.
turns the boat around and takes you guys further up shore of the peninsula. He weighs anchor, and you guys are led, driven out there, and you set off on your long hike. It is, by the time you get to a point where you can drop anchor, it is nighttime. The sun has gone down, so you guys can disembark tonight and sleep on shore, I guess, if you want, or wait till the morning, and you would make the journey in about a day.
Might as well just sleep here. We've been sleeping here for the past 18 nights.
I know, but then we don't have to set up watches.
Fine.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. The next morning, you guys get up quite early at Qwill's insistence, and
Getting off the boat.
Yes.
It's my insistence, but she's already leaving.
Yeah. The second everyone's stirred, Naria's like, let's go now.
Fully dressed.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
She's been up for hours.
it's Christmas morning.
laying awake.
Naria, if you don't sleep, the weeping lotus won't come. So, you guys get up, you pack your bags for your journey, you're taken out to the shoreline. You begin to travel up along the coast. As you guys are traveling up the cliff face, somebody roll a D100 for me.
40.
All right. We're going to find out what happens
Ah!
after the break.
Monster.
I was like, I don't like that smile.
All right. We are going to be back in 15 minutes. So that'll be 6:10. So we'll see you guys soon. And we're back. So we are in the Arcadian Straits. This is Disasters and Dangers.
Sorry, that was Charlie's angeling with my horn.
Yeah.
Pay no mind to me. I'm gonna just put this back up.
Good.
You can't
Great.
take us anywhere.
Yeah.
So, when last we left off, our 3 monks and a bard had grouped who are fresh members of a group of revolutionaries looking to overthrow an empire in the region known as the Arcadian Straits, have set out to make friends and allies with a temple of alcohol brewing monks known as the Temple of the Weeping Lotus. They had recently arrived outside along the shores near the cliff face and dropped anchor nearby, about a day's walk, as they were hiking their way up to the temple itself. About midway through you guys' hike, I'll take perception checks as you guys are traveling through the low grasslands.
14.
24.
11.
Hey, okay, finally.
I'd switch up my
Natural 20.
dice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
Alright, fine.
As you guys,
Okay, guys, we're doing better.
as you guys are hiking up, you hear the baying of these large goats, giant goats that are almost horse size.
Oh my god.
Do they seem to have
You're not my
a hierarchy, a social structure to them?
Is there a clear leader?
These particular goats do not, but they do seem to follow the true goat order.
Long may he grace.
Long may he grace.
So many things are happening.
So many things are happening. You guys see these goats. It is summertime, so they are a family of them, 2 adults, 2 children, as they're
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 kids.
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 They're legit kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Baby goats are kids.
The baby, for a giant goat, the baby size is like full-grown goat size.
Yeah.
Okay.
How big are the adults?
You said a
Like,
horse?
Horse size.
Yeah, I don't like
Jesus.
that. I do not like that.
I do.
Just as this as me, as Dana. I'm not messing with that.
Are they chill?
Roll for chill.
They seem cautious and wary of you as you guys are approaching.
Can I like Chris Pine or Chris whatever? Chris Pine.
Right.
Chris Pratt.
Chris
like, wrap it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Whichever.
Right.
Whichever Chris
They're
is.
interchangeable.
Yes.
Pine, Pratt, Hemsworth,
Evans.
well, Stalker.
There's an
all the
SNL
time.
cold open
Chris
about this.
Olsen.
Yes, there is.
Monologue, excuse me.
Make a animal handling check.
I think I have that. Do
Blue.
I do.
You do. Like nobody ever has animal handling as a proficiency.
Fuck you! Seriously? I have a +6 to animal handling, so that's gonna be a
Whoa.
12.
That's that's
Piss them off.
You don't piss them off. That is enough. They don't seem interested in like coming close and being friends. So they keep a wary distance, but they are not disturbed or angered as you guys sort of encroach on their grass feeding. The kids are bouncing around, and they're far more curious than the adults, and the adults are like leaping after them and like knocking them over and being like, "No,
You cannot play.
stay away from the two petted people."
It's fair.
Yeah,
Do they have a golden fleece?
they do not.
Oh.
There is no golden fleece.
That makes me sad.
Can I just try and pet a kid?
Yeah, make an animal handling check.
Goat kid. Oh,
That
goat
that
I
statement out of context.
Incredible. That is an 18.
An 18. The kid seemed into it, like it would have let you, but the big goat, the parent goats are not about it.
Not
They
having it.
cannot call
they
them
don't
that
let
anymore.
you.
They are baby goats from now on.
Yeah, they don't really let you.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very
Alright.
protective of their children.
They're animal children.
They're animal children. They're
baby goats.
giant baby goats.
Listen.
This went all over the place.
Someone's
went from
trying to cover our bases.
Here to
someone's gonna be lying right now too. Can I pet the kid? The kid seems into it, but
but the parents were not okay.
No.
I love it. All right, so have we successfully traversed past our ghosts?
Keep walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep walking. Head down, keep walking.
Yes. As you guys realize what Naria is trying to do, you just sort of pretend like you don't know her, and the goats seem to accept that.
I'm gonna.
She's
No, this scenario.
Are you just upset because you couldn't control the goats?
I'm gonna punch her.
Oh, God.
Natural 20. 16 to hit?
Miss.
You take a swing, and she
I have a bonus.
quite like you.
17?
That meets it.
Alright, so that's gonna be 8 points of damage. And suck it.
Or are we still doing if it's because my armor class is 17, so is that
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
hit?
Yeah.
So that was 8 points of damage?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
Naria starts taking some swings, or Norda starts taking some swings at Naria. Excuse me, because you know
That's
you
not
guys
confusing.
didn't help me out with the naming at all.
Yeah, we didn't know it was an accident. Sorry.
I know you're good.
Wait until Evan and Yvonne happens.
Yeah,
Right. All right, I'm
You
just
are
gonna.
welcome, sir.
Out of curiosity, where'd you hit me?
In your scar.
Wait, goose. I don't know. Throat punch.
You're gonna throat punch her?
Yeah.
It's a legit like kill shot.
No, just like a light tap. A trachea tap, if I may.
There's no such thing as a trachea tap.
I
Also,
really want-
no such thing as dragons. This is the line.
I want trachea tap tattooed on my neck as soon as possible.
There's a
Trachea
miss
tap.
and then like a really hard thump.
Okay. Yeah.
Say they don't like me now.
Yep. Guys, can we just... Yeah, let's just let it go, right?
Mm.
Yes, we do have some alcohol to get to. Right. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. You are the queen of goats. All right.
No. That rule is spoken for.
Queen.
I'm still walking.
No one-
Will has no time for this shit.
At this point, though, I think I am just gonna run up and just kind of
Well, it's
stay
better to get in the
a
middle.
little
of a
bit
group
closer
fight.
next to Qwill.
All right. And we are...
Quill knows better.
And we're walking. And we're moving on.
And you guys move on. Towards the later part of the evening, you guys are treated to a wonderful sunset over the cliffs as you come within eyeshot of the Tower of the Weeping Lotus. It is a large alabaster white tower that turns pinkish and red as the sunset lays out over the water to your left as you guys are traveling north. Sweeps across the building. You can see up at the top of the tower there is a balcony, sort of a hanging garden up on this pedestal. Looks like where their most prized vines and vintages, where their best harvests are raised up and preserved in this quasi-ritual or religious setup. All along the coast, or all along the cliff face, you can see the vineyards, the fields of wheat and barley and rye, all of the grains that are grown down around there. And as you guys are walking up to the tower proper, you are seeing monks of every race and age and gender that have been tending the fields throughout the day. Simple farming implements, simple robes taught about their bodies, packing in for the day. As the sun goes down, they are preparing to travel in. Some of them nod, acknowledge you all. They seem undisturbed by your presence, as most of them set about their business. You all are traveling the final stretch of the road, and you sort of fall in with this group of about 20 or so monks that make their way to the base of the tower. Just before you get there, there is a small fence gate, a small brick wall, about 6 feet high. So, tall people can kind of stand on their toes and look over. And it's a simple gate, wooden, that allows you to come in and through this arch. Within the grounds themselves, you can see small buildings around the tower, breweries, distilleries, places where barrels are kept and aged. For the rest of the brewing process takes place here on the grounds, right around the area. There are people you can see where they've been threshing rye and wheat and going through the processes. And there is you can tell, partly from your times in monasteries, you probably not, maybe from stories, there is a strong tradition in everything that they are doing. You recognize some of the techniques used as they blend their art with the practices and actions of brewing. You see most of the monks don't go directly into the tower, and as you all are brought forward, a young man, about 26, human, very lithe, short black hair, known as Brandon, introduces himself. Hello, I'm Brandon, apostle here at the Temple of the Weeping Lotus. Thank you for joining us. What may we offer you?
Would you be willing to perhaps give us some food and drink? It has been quite a bit of a trek up here, if you don't mind.
Would you know something of hospitality? Yes, of course. Might I inquire as to your purpose for making such a long and arduous journey?
We've come from far away because we heard of the monks here were good people. Someone wants to tag in. That would Christ, just spectacular.
We have heard tell, obviously, of the alcohol that is produced here, how wonderful it is, and we have heard that the monks that reside here might be sympathetic to a certain cause that we are speaking on behalf of.
Absolutely. If you have business you wish to trade or do any sort of dealings, I will have to refer you to the masters. But I can arrange them to meet you after your supper, if that is acceptable.
Yes.
Yes,
We
please.
would also like to pay our respects to the temple.
Most gracious of you. Please, join me inside. He leads you into the tower proper, and you can see that down the center of it, there are beams of light that are sort of reflecting, and they're fading now as the sun continues to set. But the long grapevines twist up a central lattice, and down in the central circle there are different bits of wheat and rye and different variations on barley and hops and all of these plants that are sort of used as progenitor seeds for the rest of the plantings around. And Brandon explains to you a bit of what they do. That there are 3 masters: master of vine, master of wheat or barley or oat, as it were, and master of spirit. And they are the best brewers, but they are also the triumvirate that rules the temple, and they make their decisions as a group, and that they will have the opportunity to come and speak with you shortly. You guys are led to a dining hall on the back side of the tower. Looks like it's a little bit of an add-on, not necessarily built into, but like a rear door to the tower, and it leads to a kitchen and dining area. There's already food on the fires. A number of apostles have been cooking, and you can see that the food has been set up sort of buffet style, but they create the meals to pair with the wines or beers or
Oh my God.
or spirits. They so there's a fish offering for a white wine that has been chosen, and you can see the name of the brewer, of the person that created the wine, right? And it is all done in that sort of fashion. There are there's a temple or an apostle level. There is like an intermediate level, and then there is a master's offering. And so you can see they're all sort of taking what they want for the day. So it is a fish offering. There is a lamb or veal to go with the spirits. Lamb. I think it's like a clear spirit, something a little lighter. And then for the beer, there is a steak. Looks like blank steak. Just big old hunks of meat.
Do they have any kind of water or juice or anything? Or would that be?
Or
Would
tea?
it be? Quill's not a tea drinker.
Well,
But would that be like considered rude for him to request something that's non-alcoholic?
Make an insight check.
Natural one. No idea.
You start asking around if there is like water or beer, and some of them are a little taken aback. They're kind of surprised.
He will sort of gesture to his robes, like. We're like.
And they're like,
he's-
yeah, we're right here with you, dude. We don't know, we're not really getting it.
We worship the same.
Brandon eventually, seeing this awkward interaction, kind of steps in, and he's like, "Oh, absolutely. We have. Let me get you. Is milk? Do you know?
That will be fine.
Get you some milk."
Get turned with some milk.
And
Is it blue?
yeah, he returns. He returns with a mug of cool milk, as well as a fresh spring water that they definitely have and utilize, but it's more as an ingredient in the.
They've got to have water here somewhere.
Yeah, no, they. I mean, they
have
do.
beer with us.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. But it is more, and it is quite clear. Like, it's a very crisp, sharp water. Like, it is fantastic. But its quality is only of value to them and for the process, right? They
Who?
yeah. It's only an
He'll
ingredient
thank
to
him.
them.
Like,
Yeah. And so Brandon apologizes for any sort of misunderstanding.
It is
of course. As you guys are eating, what do you decide to eat and drink?
I will take some of the fish and the delightful white wine.
Okay.
We'll do beer and steak.
Okay.
Like a real man.
I was gonna say, so we're switching genders. That's fine. What?
I'm gonna
Gender
do
normativity?
probably the beer and steak as well.
Okay.
Probably fill up the first serving of the beer into my drinking horn.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Fair enough. Fair enough. 15.
Okay.
Does it happen?
Nobody stopped you.
Great. So I'm gonna put that in there.
Okay.
Put on my little cap. And then get another refill of beer for the present.
Okay.
At this point, we've all sat down and everything?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So you guys gather up your plates.
Qwill, what are you eating?
We'll have a little bit of the lamb, but a lot of veggies.
Yeah.
It's gonna
And
have some lamb.
there are a number of beans and gourds, squashes, asparagus. Like there are for not just the meats are paired with the spirits, but the food in general. The meals are designed to go with them.
To be polite, I'll accept whatever spirit they want to give me, and then once we sit down, I'm just gonna slide it over.
You meant to. This is
You
mine.
may have it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are most welcome.
I'm gonna try and put it in here and go. Never mind. And then just kind of.
no.
It's already full. Oh no! I'm gonna fill up my flask. Because I have a horn and a flask.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Stealing from these monks, girl.
Oh man. 6.
Great.
It's not stealing. They gave it to me. I gave it to her.
As you are, she slides over the glass and you pick it up to sort of inspect it briefly before you go to reach for your flask, and from down the table, this long, sharp dagger comes flying. And shatters the glass in your hand, and sticks into the the table.
Does it fly past me?
Flies past all of you.
Can I?
It's not attacking you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say because we all
Yeah,
were
we're
like,
all like,
I'm just like, whatever.
we all swipe. The last person catches it right in front of your face.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
so where does the dagger land?
The dagger lands on the table.
Okay, it just falls in front of me.
Yeah, because it's not hitting you. It's hitting the glass.
Right, so it doesn't. There's no follow through.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
hit your. Yeah, so the glass just sort of shatters, and most of the liquid pours out, and
I'm not gonna do that. That's insane.
Start looking at the broken
You're gonna
glass.
eat.
as
That's how you look at your life.
You're gonna prune it.
Look at your choices.
as you look down the table, standing on the stool, there are sort of these communal bench stools, and then at the head, about 40 feet down, is this old halfling woman with gray hair pulled into buns, very well kept, black robes that have only turned gray with age and salt of sweat and effort. And about her neck, there is just a trim that lines her gi. The yellow is sort of faded from it. The sash about her waist, a bright golden color turned dull with years of age and darkened with dirt of work. She holds a long, gnarled staff that curls at the end into a bulbous knot of wood. And as she sort of leans against it, barely standing at the table. You can see her waist as she stands on the stool. She leans down and calls out to you. That's not the pairing for that meal. Unless you believe you're tasting better than mine.
Naria looks around. Me? Are you talking to me?
She scans the table, and all of the students there are suddenly like, nope. Like they're all head down, and what was like a fairly like social moment earlier is suddenly like, no, don't look at me. I see no one else. So poorly versed in eating. What is on your plate, dear?
Steak and glass, ma'am.
She steps up on the table and she begins walking down the center of the table. And what few glasses and like fruit tray, like what little things were in the middle of the table, the students are like, she goes, can you read, darling?
Yes, ma'am.
And she gets up closer to you, and she's on the table now. She's within about 5 feet. She takes her staff and that gnarled twist a bit and sort of puts under your chin to kind of lift your head. Not real far, only because you're short, but then she's standing on the table. And she looks at you real close, and her eyes are slightly cataract, and everything, and the staff sort of circles up under the side of your chin, and she very sharply turns it to the buffet table where everything is laid out. She goes, what does that say next to the beer there?
Steak, ma'am. Just steak. No, ma'am. Just steak.
And she sort of circles it back around to the other side and turns it back to the plate. She goes, June, come here. And you see from another table a younger woman, human, half elven maybe, long black hair, pulled up tight, stands up very sharply, at attention. She comes rushing over. She goes, June, did you prepare this evening's beer and steak offering? Yes, ma'am. And why have you prepared it such? Well, I was experimenting with a number of spices in the beer designed to augment and bring out the flavors of the steak and potatoes. It is a lighter offering with fruit acidics to match with them. And it is a bold choice you have made. Thank you, ma'am. Was it designed to go with my vodka? No, ma'am. And why was it not designed to go with my vodka? Oh, it's all right, dear. Speak up. Ma'am, everything goes with your vodka. I wouldn't say anything. didn't go with your vodka. She goes, you're a smart girl. You are a dumb girl. You have dishonored June. June, would you not defend your offering? Of course, ma'am. Wonderful. And she slowly turns and starts tapping her cane back to the end of the table. And June just looks at you with a look of pity. And the Master of Spirits makes it to the end of the table. And I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh, man.
And
Talk it out.
I was like, man, I was gonna try to save him, but
I know.
I'm not gonna lie, this is my new favorite fight that's ever happened.
Is this just to be clear, it's us versus June?
I don't know if they're jumping in. I'm just giving them the chance to roll initiative now. June is looking at you. Anybody over 20? 19, 18,
19.
19, Norda. 18, 17, 16.
16.
16 is Qwill. 16 is also June. 15, 14, 13.
13.
13. Naria. What do you have?
7.
7.
It's not a bard fight.
This is not a bard fight.
No, it is not.
here?
It is monks versus monks, and there's a bard there.
Music in the background.
I'm just
Works out a
sip my
violin.
wine. I was like, I picked the right pairing, guys. What you're talking about.
All right.
Sorry for being polite to
You,
you.
Yeah, this is all your fault, bucko.
as
She clearly didn't see me.
as the Master of Spirits makes it to the end of the table, she thumps her staff twice hard on the table, and it lets out this loud ring as all of the students have gone silent. And as that happens, on the third tap, boom, 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 you hear the scraping of wood against stone as they all in unison stand up and grab their plates and everything and back away. June, in preparation for this, rapidly leaps in a single bound onto the table. Norda, what would you as she does, you can hear the cracking of her fist.
I don't want to make this worse. Or don't want to... I'm gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fucking course you
Over,
are.
just to be sure, over intelligence, it's quite low, correct?
Oh,
Mine's average.
but I'm rather wide. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Then never mind.
Say mine's like,
Anyways,
It's an 11.
I'm going to stand up and get in front of Naria and look down to Mama Small.
Okay. You're getting on the table?
Yeah.
Okay. In between June and Naria.
Yes.
Okay.
And call down. Master, we apologize for the small one. Who I think is taller than me, perhaps. But
No, I'm small.
how tall are you?
5'6".
I'm 5'4".
For the small one.
Yeah.
We are strangers here, and we have misused your hospitality, much to our chagrin and shame. We have come to speak to you and the other masters on a matter of great import, and while we would not get in the way of your traditions and your honor, I would also not see my companion hurt.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
I want to help you, but I don't know if I can.
Ooh, 16.
You make very good points, dear. June, kick her ass.
It's just me and June.
Qwill,
Okay, Qwill's is also 6'5", so Qwill is standing next to you, gonna unfold himself from the table and just kind of stand up. He's gonna pull the glaive off his back and put it down with the blade part down, and then he's gonna wrench that dagger out of the table, and he's gonna take up a defensive stance next to her.
Okay.
And he is gonna hold a bludgeoning attack with the glaive.
Okay. June circles around you, and onto the floor places one hand and lets out a series of kicks at Naria.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
She didn't disengage from you.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you spent your action. She's still in 5 feet of you.
Shouldn't leave.
She didn't leave you.
I'm understanding. Okay.
Yeah, she just stepped around you.
Please continue.
And you didn't prepare an action.
Just want to hit her.
Let's see. 18.
Yep.
Okay. That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a dexterity. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. That is 12.
You, with the glass. Did you have the beer in your hand?
No, that's already been. The beer's been put in here, so the
Great.
glass is out, and then I was going.
You
to
drop
switch
you drop the glass. She kicks the remainder of the glass out of your hand.
The shattered glass.
The shattered glass.
Okay.
And then is standing there. Naria, your turn.
I'm going to attempt to just kind of do a little roundhouse kick to just like knock her down.
Okay.
So that is 17.
Barely hits.
All right. So let me do this. And then that's 8 points of damage. And then, as a bonus action, can I run over to the buffet table and grab the lamb and go, no, I'm eating the lamb! I'm eating the lamb! It's fine, I'm eating the lamb! Unless he eats pears, and pears great, and pears super good! She's not that smart!
Yeah, so you have no ability to actually trip her, correct?
No. It's
Okay.
just a sweeping out from...
I got you.
At her ankle, so she still can go down.
Yeah, no, you kick her ankle, and it's like kicking rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hurts her, but it's not pleasant for you either.
Right. I figured as much.
Yeah.
She is a chef.
As you run away, she tries to stomp on your leg and misses. As you take off. Evan, are you just going to be chilled for this?
Like, I'm enjoying myself.
Can you please play Why Can't We Be Friends?
Can I try to talk them down?
You can try.
I'll try.
Certainly try.
I know. Okay, have the points been made now? Can I go back to my meal, please? Because she's dumb. We understand this. She got the idea that lamb and vodka go together, that beer or vodka and steak
I'm about to say,
don't
like,
go
oh
together.
no, oh no.
So the points have been made, yes?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Because you got that wrong.
I know I did.
So wrong.
No, not so wrong. I only misspoke once. 19.
My vodka goes with everything.
Ah!
And what are you eating?
The fish and white wine.
Okay. She's fine with that.
Yeah.
As long as you're not touching her vodka
Nope.
after you dishonor it. Back to the top, Norda.
I'm gonna, just, fuck it, I'm just punching that bitch.
Okay.
Oh, 25 to hit?
25 does hit.
Okay, so 8
Hopefully.
points.
8 points. Absolutely.
How's she looking?
Great.
Sweet.
Yep.
I'm gonna flurry of blows.
Okay.
And so the one where she can't take reactions until her next turn,
Okay.
just in case.
Sure.
10 to hit.
Misses.
A natural 1, so never mind.
After you hit Norda, forks, plates, knives, cups, all come flying at you. You can catch one. That's a 23, a 23, a 17, and a 19.
Everything but the 17 hits.
Okay.
Has anyone screamed food yet?
Did
There's
they?
not much food.
Hasn't yet.
Then it doesn't count.
There's not much food. There's only
Yeah, they're just throwing
cutlery.
Yeah.
Cutlery fight.
Jesus. Cutlery melee.
So, which one are you trying to catch?
Which one's gonna hurt me most?
The knife.
It's the knife.
The knife? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That is 8 points of slashing damage. So you can roll your... What do you roll? Dexterity?
Yeah.
Check?
Yeah.
You do deflect missiles.
Oh, natural 20.
Yeah!
I mean, okay.
So you catch the knife.
Ow.
So you take no damage
Okay.
from that. However, you do take 9 more points of bludgeoning damage as you get conked in the head with a cup and a plate.
That's it.
Ah, blah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
And the
Ow!
she goes, I don't know what monastery you trained in, but honor duels are usually one-on-one. Poor form.
So, out of curiosity, did anyone throw vodka at her, or did they
Oh,
throw
no.
the other drinks?
The cups were empty.
Cups were empty. Okay.
The cup was empty. The plate was clean.
They're from the empty cup way.
Way of the empty cup.
Way of the empty
The way
cup.
of
How
the
ironic
empty
that they have essentially a distillery.
Qwill.
You said this girl is a human or a half elf?
I mean, they're
Can't
very.
As an elf, would I be able to tell?
Looks half elven.
Okay. I was gonna make it dark so you had advantage, but sorry. Yeah, he's gonna kind of sit back
Oh, boy.
and watch, and he's just gonna toy with the dagger.
Okay. June, you have run to the table. You are
I'm shoveling
quickly
lamb.
shoveling lamb
I respect you!
in your face.
What?
It'd make it worse if we interfere.
Well, I already have. Fuck it.
Is that it?
What is it? You said it's June. Can I
Yeah.
do anything right now?
Oh no, it's June comes first. I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, June chases you down.
Yeah,
And
that's
she
what I
goes, "What, is my beer not good enough for you now?"
No, it's all so good! June, I respect your work!
15,
Miss.
natural 20.
Hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
I admire thee.
So that is, she rolled low 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh god, I'm at 1 hit point.
And
Sorry.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I killed her.
12.
You are stunned
Oh.
until the end of the Adept's next turn. So on your turn, you do nothing.
Wait, can I talk?
No.
Damn it. So wait, am I stunned with a mouthful of lamb?
Yeah. Yeah. She comes as she comes running up.
Like a zero. It's just falling out of you.
As she comes running up, she whiffs with this big roundhouse kick, and then she tries to elbow you like right across the bridge of the nose, and you're ducking and weaving, and she stops trying to kick your head off and just goes into a very soft style strike and hits you in 4 nerve points. One of them, the last one right here on the jaw, and your mouth just locks as the lamb starts to fall. Evan.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, should I, for the rest of the game, just until I'm unstunned?
Yeah.
I was supposed to say Plum to Sam Regal.
I'll go ahead and just cast Healing Word, I suppose,
Okay.
on her. Get me in this fight. Why not? Still strumming my lute, though.
That's fair.
No, that was decidedly bad. You get 6 points.
End of the one.
And
Thank you.
I've just been, cautiously strumming my lute and singing "Why Can't We Be Friends?" So you get
Great.
inspiration.
As they notice you enter the fight.
Naria, did you get that inspiration?
Inspiration?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's your armor class?
16.
A series of plates and cutlery
Yep.
come flying at you.
Figured.
Only one of them hits.
Can I catch it? I'm next to her, correct? They're all sitting.
Sure.
in a
I mean, is it just for your?
I thought it was a
What is-
reaction.
it's a reaction.
It is your reaction.
It is my
Is
reaction, and I
deflect
haven't-
missiles? Can you reach other people, or is it just for you?
Where is it? Oh, it says when you are hit. Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
was
Yeah.
I
I'm just
think
gonna
it's like
try
an
to
instinct
like.
thing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like I just don't want my friends to be hurt. Also,
Yeah. 6
He's a
points of
bummer.
damage as you are beamed in the head with a plate.
Ow. I'm not doing anything. Just keeping my friend from dying. Sorry if that offends. What accent is that?
mine's been all over the place tonight. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, Norda.
Just rushing over.
I'm going to behave. I'm going to say I'll show you what monastery I was raised in, and I'm gonna just go to the shadow.
Okay. Where do you?
I'll go sit or something, but I'm just
So you.
yeah.
You tap out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you teleport through shadows, or do you?
It's melt into shadow and can move. I'm out of their line of sight, and they are out of mine.
Okay.
No one can see me, and I can't see anyone.
Okay.
And I can move up to an unoccupied space within 60 feet.
Okay.
Once or twice a day.
You tell me.
After it's something for one of my modifiers after a long rest.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm just
Peace out.
yeah.
What were some saying?
Bam!
Qwill.
So I am. She's down, correct? She's still stunned.
She's stunned.
Cool.
Yeah.
I am gonna do my little but since I don't have a hand free, I'm just gonna kind of
Sure.
bump my glaive a little bit and make a little shower of sparks from all the torches, candles,
Okay.
whatever, and just sort of say, "Hold! You have made your point. You have clearly won this battle."
Make a persuasion check.
Sorry, buddy.
You tried.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 10.
The Master of Spirits, immediately after you tap your staff, and as you're crying hold, the sparks come out, and then they immediately whip back into the flames as she taps hers.
I say he was just trying to get
Yeah,
attention.
I know. And so she does it back, and she goes, "I decide when fights are over, not you."
Ooh, now he kind of wants to punch her in the face.
Right?
You're not fighting
Fucking-
her, or you're fighting
fucking
June.
right? Fucking right? I'm just saying.
June.
No, we can't.
But we need them.
June, at advantage, is, yeah, she's about to obliterate Naria, and just before she does,
That means help.
just before she does, the Master of Spirits steps off the table and in a speed that even you all have trouble following, arrives on the buffet table, and her staff intercedes just enough so that June's punch catches it and just barely touches your face, and you feel your muscles return. And she goes, I guess I'm satisfied. All right. And all the students look around, and she just sort of taps her way out, and she just walks out.
Best Yoda ever.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure I barf. Like, right?
That feels fair.
That
Yeah.
seems about right. Yeah, I
June,
barf.
Yeah, June. June looks at you and is like, oh, right. And
Can
she
I
just
right behind her?
behind June.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just stare at her.
At the back of her head.
Well, she's got to leave, right?
She's walking away.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
I didn't say I was good at this. That's right. That's right. You better walk. What? I don't know.
Qwill will walk over and pick you up. Sort of escort you back to the table.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
That went swimmingly.
Not giving you any more alcohol.
That's probably a very good idea. Why would you do that?
Here, I'll give you some milk.
I don't think I'm gonna take it. I appreciate the gesture. It really is kind of you. You pick me up and I'm covered in vomit and everything, but I'm not taking any more liquids from you while we're here.
And ladies, that's an excellent lesson to learn.
Consent is sexy, everybody.
That's right. Even if you know the guy, you don't have to take the drink.
And even if it's milk.
That's right.
Especially if it's milk.
Wow.
Especially if it's Jesus, why? All right, so
Oh.
We're going to finish our meal in
Can I
peace.
press a digit bullshit to clean up her? Yeah. So I just cast it, and you're clean of all your vomit now.
Yeah, she
Back
cleans
to
the vomit
sweeping.
off of you.
My characters are just doomed to sweep forever. Just sweeping.
Okay.
Finish our meal in peace.
Like from our last campaign, my
Oh,
character just
yeah.
stood in the guild hall and swept the floor and was like, just angrily for
paid
weeks.
for it though.
She did, but not a lot because she was terrible at it.
She
Not
would-
the point.
Yeah.
Not good at it. She's just like
She's the other side of the room.
dust. Anyway,
All right. Well,
Can I follow Yoda?
I mean, if you want to.
I was gonna let her cool off a little first.
right.
She seems pretty cool.
And we need to get the other masters together.
are the other masters here?
You have make a perception check as you guys look around the hall.
Oh god. What's that? I can't remember. Why can't I remember
21.
this?
11.
A natural 20.
Yeah. You guys don't see them because you're busy looking at all the other people. You guys don't see them because they're just not there.
That'll
You
do.
you are quite certain that they're not there. And as you look about the table, the lines of them that are set up, it seems that the people are set up by what there are three positions where whoever provided the brewery, whatever, like wine or spirit or beer, they have to be present.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason that the Master of Spirits was there, because that is her vodka.
Right.
Is Brandon in the room?
Brandon is in the room.
Cool.
I would
would
love
like
to talk to him.
To approach Brandon.
Okay.
And say,
Isn't this a good
Brandon,
idea?
Hi.
I believe you promised to introduce us to your three masters.
Yes,
I would
absolutely.
like to meet the Master of Spirits, please.
Hi.
Right now.
Okay.
Sorry. Everyone's a little bit on edge. I do apologize for that display that we had there.
Understand.
We did not know. We should have known, but we didn't.
That's. Give me a few moments.
But to say that we've had our fill, I think
Are you guys done with dinner, or
we have satiated
We're no
and
longer
stepped into
hungry.
your hospitality far enough. So if we could move on to the business portion of the evening, that would probably be most acceptable.
Understandable. Allow me a few moments
Thank you.
to gather everything.
Just get yourself together.
Remember, we are here for allies.
Right.
I'm not going to fight her.
I'm not telling you, I'm telling me.
Would you like a mirror?
Allies. Friends.
Remember.
Who you are.
Oh, God.
We're good.
About 10 minutes goes by. and Brandon returns shortly. He comes up to you and goes, I hope you've had an opportunity to finish whatever food or drink that you like. I have gathered the masters. They are in the center of the town. If you would please come with me.
Thank you. Follow.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are led back into the area where you were previously seen. You can see the tower in the center of it. It's kind of open air. You get a nice view of the stars. All around, there's sort of a spiral up, different sort of rooms and lodgings and things like that. In the center, on a it's like a big chair with just a cushion, and looks like maybe there are wheels for them to push her around on. Is the Master of Spirits sitting there with her? I mean, what Yoda would be pushed around on, essentially. Yeah, I mean,
a floating chair.
Yeah.
Clear.
So she's sitting there cross-legged, her staff on the floor, so she's just holding the like knobby spirally bit of it. And she's sitting there. She doesn't seem mad. She's just perfectly content.
On the way up, I will have completely downed my drinking horn.
Okay.
And as it kind of sets in, I just kind of like standing a little taller, a little more confident.
Okay.
This is normal.
This is normal.
Assure you two.
Definition of normal. That's fine.
As you all are approaching next to the Master of Spirits is the Master of Wine or Vine. It is a younger woman. Looks to be of human descent. She is around 35. Well muscled, very strong, dark hair with bangs pulled up very tight. She has her robes are the cleanest of the masters. She is clearly the newest and perhaps youngest of them, as she is trimmed with a purple maroonish dyed fur along the edges, and with her sleeveless vests and down around the trim, and she has a matching purple maroonish sash tied to one side, grayish blue gunmetal sort of robes. And she has the sternest look of the three of them. Standing on the other side of these Master of Spirits is a dwarf gentleman who has thick wood and leather bracers on, and his shoulders match with these sort of small but epaulets of casks. It's as much of a robe or as much of armor as anybody here wears. He has a orangish brown trim on all of his stuff. Somewhere in between the youngest and the oldest is you get the feeling they're made and designed once, and then they sort of wear them throughout, and just with age and use. His robes are black, that have a bit of dirt and just sort of life worn into them. And he stands there looking about, and as you all approach, oh, hello there. So, we have quite a few pilgrims today. I was told you had business with us. What can we do for you?
So you want me to take this, guys?
And we're all looking at you.
Hello there. We are representatives of the Free Arcadian Coalition of Knights.
The what?
The Free Arcadian Coalition of Knights.
We're part of an organization called FAC.
I'm sorry. They call you what?
FAC, sir.
The Fackers, if you will.
The Master of Spirits loses. She goes full laughing hyena on her little pillow. Like she rolls back. She's like,
Too gently when we get back.
they're faggers! Oh, Dorian, they're faggers! Oh, I liked them before. I like them so much more now. Oh, that hurts. Oh, my muscles. Oh, they're so stiff now. Oh, no. June, bring me a drink. Where's June? Brandon, get June. I need a drink.
Oh my god. I'm crying. Oh my god. It's amazing.
Right.
The youngest woman, she is not pleased. This upsets her further. But the gentleman, the dwarfman Dorian, as you have seen him identified, is tickled. But he's almost more tickled at how much she loves it, and he's like, he's clearly the guy that's like out with his grandma, right? Like he's got to keep her safe.
Yes.
But not sober, apparently.
Not sober. No. If you have an opportunity to see Grandma not sober, show up. It's every day for him.
Right. It is a rather unfortunate acronym, but we go with what we are, and none of us had any decision with it. So, yes, we come to you on behalf of this organization. And...
Say it again.
The full name?
No, the short one.
FAC?
And then he's like, all right. Please continue. I'm sorry for her.
It's all right. It is rather unfortunate, like I said. Anyway, the purpose of our organization is sort of to fight against the corrupt Albrechian Empire, and thinking that you are a monastery and you are working in the deliverance and production of libations, that you might be able to pass on some sort of information to us, as we are working on behalf of the free and equal Albrechian Straits. I messed that up. Arcadian Straits. Excuse me. I do have to manifest it. I pulled it up.
Bless.
I did not eat it yet, I'm sorry. I will eat it eventually once I memorize it all. I'm quite neutral with this.
Why would she eat her manifesto?
It's what you do in secret societies.
This place seems fantastic.
It's not so secret anymore, I guess.
No, you keep
We're literally just
telling
everyone.
everyone before we know their names. You're like, hello, we're from the Fackers. We're the Fackers. Let me sit to them and tell them. Stealth.
Perhaps introductions are in order.
Yes, you know so much about us. We know
know
very little about you.
We know much about them.
We know that Fack makes her laugh. We know that his name is perhaps Dorian.
I am Master Dorian. I am the Master of Rise.
And
Just wrote Master of Beer.
It is...
I wrote that too.
Yes, I do this. But
So I can write down beer.
I particularly am good with rye. So, whoever holds this position, whether they be hops or fruits, this is a large variety. So, right. Huh. I'm the Master of Spirits. I am known as Master Sweetleaf.
of course you are. Of course you are.
Yes, that's better. Of course I am.
Madam, I have a proposition for you.
Oh dear.
If you agree to help us, I can personally guarantee you the title of motherfucker.
What? This is brilliant!
Wait. But before we decide on delineating such
as
fantastic
as
titles,
There is the Master of the Vine.
I was about to say,
I just
You just had to get that in there.
I did.
Yeah.
wow, that is a fantastic proposition, ma'am. Please proceed.
She, as Granny is cackling at the idea of being a mother of the factors, you guys are trying to sort of settle yourselves. The Master of the Vine just kicks this podium out from underneath the Master of Spirits, who quite adeptly like flips and lands on her feet and stands there, and she just looks at her and keeps laughing. Like this is apparently quite normal for them. This is She goes, I am Master of Vine, Master Liza.
Liza.
Yes. Now,
Thunder is also loud.
I apologize for the trip that you have made, but unfortunately this monastery is and will remain an independent entity.
Right, we're not asking you to join our cause, we're asking you to assist it.
And please tell me the difference.
Yes, actually.
If you pass information that you can keep plausible deniability, whereas if you fly off flag over your monastery tower, that's a little different.
Why would I want to deny being the motherfucker? This is brilliant!
Woo!
No.
And
Well,
Motherfucker, that did it. That did it for the gods.
And a monsoon begins
Yes!
outside the tower.
All right,
Love it.
making it work.
Yes. Because, right, I mean, you don't have to, but if there are some people that are a little bit wary of who we are, which makes sense, then I would say plausible deniability is great. But you guys have access to places that we do not.
We do a bit of business with the Imperials. That's true. We also do a bit of business with the rest of the free cities that are still around: Halleckslug, Briar's Glen, Jalen, Orsay, others. It is a business interest for us to continue our dealings.
Right, and you don't even have to be a visible partner. You can just send us a raven every now and then with maybe casks that you've dropped off in an Imperial fort or ships that you may have seen along your journeys. That's all we ask.
Is that all, Facker? Is that all you ask? Tell me, what is your name?
Ewyn.
And the rest of you?
Norda.
Qwill and Naria.
Let them speak for themselves.
They weren't.
That's
They
fine.
were just staring at each other.
Ladies first. I was being
Oh.
polite.
A
False name.
Noria.
I don't think this is the type of place that we should.
Qwill and fel rydde.
As you can see, you all have come in, you've dishonored our traditions, you've started a food fight. No, I started a food fight. You've inspired a food fight. And now you're asking us to put our students and our way of life in jeopardy.
Master, with all due respect, they are already in jeopardy. The wheels of war have begun, whether you are aware of it or not, and it is only a matter of time before they come here for you and your students.
Make a persuasion check.
No! Oh, for fuck.
Can I assist?
Yeah, can I?
She can assist, yes.
She jazz hand behind me. So much better. Oh. Persuasion?
Mhm.
19. That part wasn't
Yeah.
part of
No,
it.
I know.
Okay.
And we are part
Any question?
So many questions. So many questions. You might be right, but we've existed because of our neutrality. I don't understand why we shouldn't experience the same freedom to operate within the Empire as we have outside of it.
Then tell me, the next people who come, who will be from the Empire, and perhaps they do not ask so nicely as we do. They come with troops, they come with guns, and they force you to help them against us. What will you do then? Besides kneel and wish that you had taken us up when we offered it.
Make a persuasion check.
Are you...
Just by yourself.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't said anything now, so
Like, can you just
I
Will
could
Smith
add.
me? 18.
Okay. Well said. But what proof have you that you're capable of resisting troops, soldiers, in an empire?
I have my backpack, yeah?
Yeah.
I would like to take the shark jaw. Ooh-ha-ha.
I mean, that's a little gruesome, and
I mean, it's just a jaw. It's like, it's dried out now.
Yeah,
by
it's
now.
been cured.
It's not as gruesome.
Okay.
it's not
I would
gruesome,
like
it's like dripping
to.
blood.
I would like to aid and kind of undo this
Yeah,
little area.
We go into the dance.
show-
You-
Chart A, chart B, Venn diagram here.
You pull out my violin.
I ripped this. I ripped this from a beast who tore into her. Her. The smallest idiot in my group.
Hey,
I would do this for her. Imagine what I would do for a real ally.
sir, dedication comes at a risk. That's what you take when you plant all of these crops. You have no idea if they're actually going to come to flourish. Ma'am, ma'am, you're training. Everything that happened today, me drinking that vodka, which I deeply apologize for. I truly do. And June, bravo. What a woman. Incredible. But that dedication, that training, all of it, you don't know if you're actually going to come out on the other side successful. We're asking you to take this risk with us. Right now, we can't take down this empire. Not at all. That's why we've come here. Everyone's giggling.
Make a persuasion check.
Holy crap, that was beautiful. Oh, come on, man.
Let's see, what was that? That was a nice, juicy 8.
Ooh.
No, excuse me, a 10.
Better.
Better.
Playing off of what she said, you would take a risk, but what are you taking a risk against? Corruption, deceit, slavery, and we offer the opposite of that, freedom. So you guys can live in peace and harmony. If the Imperial Empire were to take over, that way of life would be gone. And they are going to take over.
Everything you've created would remain the same, exactly the same.
Under our protection.
Under our protection,
Under
of course, but what I mean is, if you don't take this risk of changing slightly now, everything that you've worked for is decimated later.
I think they make some good points. Oh yeah, no, I was on board since motherfucker. I don't understand what we're still talking about here. And Master of Vine, Lissa, looks at the others, shakes her head. If you all wish to throw your lot in with them, be my guest. She turns and walks away. They wait a moment, and Sweetleaf looks at you all and goes, "Well, don't worry about her. No. Someone pisses in her wine every morning."
Is it you?
No, we wouldn't do that. Although I want to, but we wouldn't do that. No. She's just. She comes from the central continent. She has her fears. She has her reasons, but
She's very young.
she is
There
very
are
many things.
Worse things to fear.
There are. So, what specifically might we do for all of you?
We are looking for information
Right.
on the movements of the Empire, on their plans, anything that could help us stay ahead of them.
At the moment, do you trade with Drentrosavar?
We do some independent trade. Most of the vessels that come here, we do not sell to everyone. However, we can set up a reasonable trade system with you all. And as you deliver our goods, we can perhaps hide within it what information we can gather.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
If you would also be so kind as to perhaps facilitate some communication between us and the other free cities.
Once you... Yes, of course. I mean, as much as we can. We'll have to establish trade with these different cities. So far, we trade in quality, not quantity. So we'll need a plausible reason to up production. It will, unfortunately, might diminish our reputation.
What?
No, well, listen, we can't. No. We're not diminishing the reputation here, all right? So, we'll serve as go-betweens, of course. Not a problem there. But only as much as will not draw attention to us. We do about a deal a month. So, if there are particular cities which we need to communicate between, we can set that up. And I can look into upping production of certain things, or we can rotate crops. But only if the quality remains high.
From what I understand, your product is such that the name alone would cause it to sell.
Of course. Well, I mean...
Your plausible deniability for upping production is that you've opened trade with a pirate town.
Perhaps we should keep that part secret.
Mm.
I mean, we do business with Drim Trosavar, but not specifically Drim Trosavar. We just do business with whoever comes
I don't
around.
think there's a reason for you to have to up production.
Right. Well,
They're trying to expand who they talk to. Then they need to up production.
But still, 1 barrel of what you produce is better than 10 of what most do, yes?
yeah, definitely.
11.
You're nice. I like you more now.
I gave you more.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I like you the best. I didn't say not to, but...
Suck it!
Wow.
What?
It's very professional.
That's a metaphor.
What?
No, I've got it. Oh, believe me.
I was definitely mad.
Oh,
Did
I
sound Russian
definitely
to
know
you?
what it's
Sorry, I just sound like a dude no matter what I do.
No, you're fine.
I think there's a way for us to all get what we want without you being inconvenienced in any way.
Well, let us hope so. For now, what I would like to do is we'll set you up with a barrel of... We'll give you some sweet leaf vodka. And I'll be sending you with... I'll send you with Jewel.
Shit.
She can hold her own.
She's a good agent of ours. She... Junior's a good brewer. She's quite capable, but she needs life experience. What she has here in the monastery, I think you all would know at some point. You're about to get out, right?
I don't know. She did a fantastic job kicking the shit out of me before.
Oh, sure, she can kick the shit out of everybody.
Absolutely. And
But
she's gorgeous.
Yes, but her beer is... She's
Oh.
gotta
some more
smell
seasoning.
life, taste it. You gotta see the people that are gonna drink it, right? You gotta know what they're going for.
So true.
Plus, it would be nice to have someone who could actually cook on that boat.
That is true. And also, if at any time, not that you can't protect yourselves, of course, but we are at your disposal should you need us.
Yes, just send
All
a
of
raven.
us. A raven for 21 days.
A raven takes 21 days.
It's with 21 days on a
On a
boat.
boat?
Why? Is a raven faster than shit?
No.
Over they're land birds. You know this, yes?
I know nothing.
No, you don't. Are you
The
Jon Snow?
Europeans.
I am. I am.
No.
I
The
am.
Europeans will.
Yeah, Europeans.
Is it unladen?
I am sure. I'm sure they
West
have
Africans
people
will.
within the monastery who can contact
I just play
people
things and
within
look
our.
pretty.
Yes, we
Also-
have questions.
Please know that there are more than 4 of us. I
Oh,
believe
good.
that point has not been made.
Right, I was going to
Yes,
get
there's
there.
at least 3 other people in our boat.
Yeah.
Aside from the boat, Qwill,
The fackers.
there's more
are
fackers
numerous.
than just us.
There are numerous fackers.
And I'm the motherfucker. That's the best.
She really is.
Oh.
I know she's not, but in my head, she looks like Maz.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picturing,
Just this-
what is
Oh,
Granny
yeah.
Smith from, you know who I'm talking about?
No.
From the My Little Pony.
Oh,
Thing.
no.
I have a
I would have
niece.
no.
Okay. I have a niece.
I have a
niece.
niece.
I have a little niece. I've seen so many.
Great. I'll get you the barrel. He'll get you June. We'll set you off on. That's nighttime.
We should-
Morning.
Thank you.
Morning.
Yeah, we'll set you off on the
Fantastic.
morning, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. We All right. Well, if there's nothing else,
Oh, there was one more thing.
yes.
I pull that dagger out of my belt
Uh-huh.
and I flip it handle first towards what's her name? Sweetleaf. And say, I believe this is yours, little mother.
Oh no, I took it from the guy next to me.
Well then, what is mine?
Keep it. It's yours. I don't need a knife.
Another dagger.
What am I, a peasant? Please.
I'm going to turn to all of you and say, do you mind if I speak with the masters alone for a quick moment?
No, be my guest. Is there a
Just-
bunk for us, perhaps?
Yeah. Brandon! Yes, Master Sweetleaf. Get them rooms. Of course. Please, come with me.
Just making sure there's nothing that she can do to screw up our agreement, right? It's settled and done.
I believe...
Right.
Maybe.
Oh.
Behave.
No deal, no motherfucker. Good night.
She makes an excellent point, Mother.
She's a strong negotiator.
Yes.
I like her.
Right, well, I'm gonna get shitty, so we'll go ahead.
Right. Good night.
Um,
Nice meeting you all.
Oh, right, she wants to talk to me. Fine. Okay. Yes.
I would just very quickly like to know if maybe the 3 of us, or 4, Liza, if she wants to join us as well, if maybe the 3 of us, whichever one of us, if we could talk tomorrow morning before we go, privately, like we are now.
Okay. Sure.
This has nothing to do with our business agreement. I promise nothing I say can screw it up. That I hope so. Not sure. Would that be all right? It's an independent matter.
Sure.
Wonderful. And Mother Sweetleaf, I truly am very, very sorry for disrespecting you. But everything will be explained tomorrow when we talk again.
okay.
Great.
Sounds good.
Wonderful. Sounds good. And I go and give her a high five.
It's a low.
A low five.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. Great. And then I leave.
All right. You guys spend the evening. The rain is settling. It's a nice white noise. You sleep well.
Does it stop raining at all?
I think so.
Are there like stables or anything that's kind of outdoors but not like enclosed?
Sure.
Yeah, Qwill's just gonna sleep outside.
Okay.
Under cover.
Okay. Absolutely.
Are you inside?
My route was go find nearest water source. Oh wait, no, actually, no. I'm going to go to inside wherever everyone is sleeping to our barracky area, which I assume I have found or somebody has led me there.
You get led there.
I'm gonna scrawl on a piece of paper. Meet masters tomorrow at sunrise.
Okay.
Put it next to my bedside, and then just pass the fuck out.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anything else for you guys?
Do you want to meet me before I pass the fuck out?
I was going to, but you go ahead. I will talk to you about it later.
Can you read the note? Like if she just left it?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I have a lot of questions.
I just go to sleep. It's been a day.
Yeah.
All right. You guys sleep well. In the morning, you wake up at sunrise, find a note next to your bed.
I'm like, okay. And I'm gonna go and meet them.
Okay.
I'm like a Muppet, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
You Muppet your way down there. What are you guys up to?
Drinks and booze.
Is breakfast?
Yes.
Breakfast.
Okay.
Breakfast stew.
So,
breakfast
was it
beer.
mimosas and...
Absolutely.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
yes.
Poached eggs? Eggs Benedict?
Oh, now I want breakfast.
Yeah, the earliest meal is far less busy than there's a breakfast served. The pairings are far less elaborate. It is much more function as they have a full day of work ahead of them, and then the evening is sort of the celebratory of result, right? They model their work cycle after their food cycle after the day, right? So much more functional, right? We're talking everything is very low alcohol, more brewed for like pasteurization and for to making sure it is clean and healthy. So these are much more like juices, like spiced ciders and things like that.
Okay.
Far less like it takes some effort to get drunk on the breakfast servings.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, right. So you say.
So you guys have breakfast early in the morning. Sunrise, the masters have gathered up. Lissa stops by, but when she sees you coming, she leaves.
That seems about right.
And so the others are there as you approach.
Hi, I'm assuming I asked to meet you all here.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I just want to really say I'm sorry for anything that happened yesterday or last night. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
Great. I have a few questions. As you can see, and I kind of show my gi, which is totally destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
I am a studier of a monk tradition, but it is not what I am. I'm no longer proficient in what I studied. I was curious, do you incorporate your alcohol in your fighting style, or do you know anybody who does?
Oh. Yeah, absolutely.
You do.
Sure.
Is that is that the style of this monk? I mean, monastery?
No. We find that the process is more akin to the journey that one takes as they develop themselves. They learn to develop plants, agriculture, to grow vines, grains, necessary, potatoes, if you like that sort of thing, which I do. So you we go through the process, and it's also a sort of internalization process that happens. There is a subset of practitioners that finds the senses dulled. The pain one feels is deadened when they are inebriated, and that the swaying and falling of their drunken stumbles makes them difficult targets. It is a frowned upon practice here at the Weeping Lotus, as more than one student has lost themselves to drink. However, I'll tell you a secret. They all try it.
Oh.
There's like a underground drinking ring.
Oh.
Yeah. They practice. Most of them don't really take to it as a lifestyle. But a couple of them have. Partly, I think, just because we told them not to. Because, as soon as you tell them not to, they're going to be like, yeah, gotta do that.
Right.
And it's like, oh, you don't want to. But then they're like, oh, no, gotta do it more. So, it's a thing.
Right. All right.
Her face is going on our flag.
Yep.
That is it.
My friends and I are obviously leaving now, but I'm sure I will come back. The next time I return, would you mind leading me to this underground fighting? Or pointing me in the correct direction?
Well, sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
Great.
Good. Can you tell me, what have you learned about vodka?
I have learned that it goes with lamb.
What does it go with?
Yeah, remind me of that.
Yeah.
Like in the window.
Yeah, right. It goes well with lamb and with everything.
Only if it's mine.
Right.
Yes,
Not the case with everyone else's.
that's right.
Thank you.
Because everyone else's is piss.
Yes. Thank you very much.
She can be taught. See? I told you she was smart. Oh. Okay, let's go, sweet leaf. We've got work to do. All right, then. I will see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go.
As you go, she's being walked away. She keeps looking back over her shoulder. There's something for June. They're chewing something for you. You're doing what? I said, that's the wrong voice. I said I'd see you soon.
I just got so confused. And I'm like, am I an idiot? I'm in it right now. What's happening?
Drink something.
Oh, God.
Okay, great. The masters depart. You are given a barrel of Sweet Leaf's vodka. June has packed a traveling bag. She briefly discusses with you how she's not bothered by what happened the other day. Pretty much anytime Sweet Leaf is on the menu, she is. There's going to be a fight, right? That's part of her joy. That's
fair.
Yeah, this is just how she operates. June does have a scroll for you, which outlines basic drunken monk techniques. Nice. The value of the cask of Sweet Leaf vodka is 1,000 gold pieces.
Woo!
Oh, shit, I should have tried to sell them books.
Yeah.
At the very tail end.
Instead of being led back down the hiking path, you are shown that there is a secret shipping lift that they lower down to vessels rather than bring up pirates and brigands to their actual door. Once they have done business, they have a secret gate or a secret lift that they will bring things up and down on.
Was there just randomly? Was there a shrine to Sulfurios anywhere in this?
No.
Okay.
Is it a two-way lift?
I mean, it goes up. Yeah.
It's like the boxes, back
One
and
only
forth.
I'm saying,
One
throwing it
only
back,
goes up
guys.
and one only goes down. I use them each once. That's it.
You have to hike there every time? No.
What
Once
I'm saying is that will they accept visitors coming in that way?
yes, once they know and identify like who and what is going on.
It's like when you beat the level and there's like a nice little way to
Fast
get to the
travel
bottom
place.
of the
Fast
mountain.
travel.
God,
Something like that.
damn it.
Yep.
So you guys have also been awarded an agent, June,
Oh,
who is
busting out all over. Sorry. Every time you say it.
who is a monk of the Weeping Lotus. As
We have
we
another one.
as we proceed, you guys will be getting a variety of benefits. And so the way that we're going to do it is by region. We'll track influence, right? Compared to either the empire or local governing bodies or forces. So you guys have influence over this region now because of your alliance with the Weeping Lotus. You have a safe house in the Tower of the Weeping Lotus.
Awesome.
And you have an agent from them. So you can send her to different cities, put her to do tasks, somebody that can help you scout and gather information,
Nice.
or make contacts, or if there's longer journeys that you need to make, right? So, for instance, just traveling, if you have to deliver something to here, it's 21 days out, 21 days back. That's a long time
Yes.
just to run an errand. But as you collect more agents and as you make more allies, you'll be able to set them on some of these tasks. And then if we ever have a small group and you guys need like a particular, like you need a healer or you need a tank, I can give you an NPC sheet
Nice.
Nice.
for them. But I suspect most of the time you guys will have full 6 party members at that point.
3
We're-
months in a
Don't
bar.
think we need another monk, but if we do, we got June.
But you got
Got
June.
June.
Yep.
Maybe she's a higher level.
As you guys are traveling back, make somebody roll a percentile for me. It is 21 days on average, so how do you do?
53.
53. So it is 21 days.
I tried.
Hey.
No, I mean it's
Not long.
yeah. When we do sea travels rather than rolling for by day, I do the average and then 50. That's 50%. So if you roll real low, it'll extend the time that you have to travel. If you roll higher, it by a percentage can decrease. You get good weather. You activate spells. You catch shortcuts, things like that, which can help the travel time. You guys left on the 4th
On the 4th. We've been
Fourth.
gone for 32 days.
of Apex. So that brings you to the 6th of... What is after Apex? Champions? Exalt.
It's either Exalt or Champions. I always mix it up.
Champions. It's
Okay.
champions. Right? In the summer, wars are fought. Apex refers to the sun cycle. And then the second month of summer is about champions, those who are winning the battles. And then the last month of summer is about honoring those heroes, Exalt. So that is the summer cycle.
Word.
So we get back to the 6th.
On the 6th of champions. So if you guys are in Monday's game, we move the timeline up if other people aren't. And they'll have downtime activities. So these are the things that we can continue to grow and develop as other people are out adventuring. Because part of running the revolution is the non-sexy bits too, right? Somebody's got to print pamphlets and hand them out. Somebody's got to go door to door. Who knows? So
Books that we're trying to sell.
When we... So many books.
gotta
Get
go
high
sell
pamphlets in the
books.
books.
Yes.
Selling
Tactics.
selling and hawking things is also going to be part of a downtime activity until you guys establish networks in bigger
Oh my
and
god,
broader
we're opening a
cities.
bookstore. We're the bookstore.
We should open a pawn shop.
Oh my god.
We
Okay.
have those silks too.
When we get back, I want to talk to Tybalt real quick.
Okay.
I just want to ask him to do something with the shark teeth.
Okay. Absolutely. The silks are easy enough to unload in Drem Trosavar.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to.
So we got 50 GP then, if they were worth 200.
Yeah. Do you guys want to try to haggle on the price? Or you want to take the...
How does that work?
Is that persuasion?
That's all on the bard over here.
I will give you a persuasion check.
Sure. It never hurts to try.
If you fail, it'll lower the
Lower the
price.
price. 15.
15 is what you needed. That's even, so you get what
Hey,
You
that's
get what
asking
you
for.
pay for.
Okay.
So we each get 50.
Yep.
All right.
okay.
What you find, Tybalt,
Mhm.
after about a month, they've gotten the tower in non-shifting order. He tells you about the arcane requirements, the energy sources, and dust, and that is how the tower started to fall apart once it was shifting through. The field that maintained it lost power, and then different planes began to shift in and out of it. Which is why you guys were running into like devils, but also things from other planes. So, what would you like him to put together for you?
I think perhaps a necklace or something with the teeth.
Okay.
I don't know. I leave it in your also skilled hands.
Thank you. I
would like a tiara.
Okay. I haven't made anything in years. But you know, shark teeth are pretty easy to work with. So I'll see what I can put together.
You're not dragon's guys.
All right.
What would we like to do with the vodka? Are we drinking it? Or
No, Jesus, we're selling it. What the hell's wrong with you?
We're selling it?
You can buy
Yes, we
some.
are selling it.
Okay.
Are we setting up a tavern? Do we have
There is a tavern. This is a town.
I know.
The whole place is a
I-
big bar.
I thought that it would be our chance to go somewhere else.
Oh, we're delivering it?
Well, I meant
Was there anything inside the barrel? Did we check?
hopefully vodka.
It is a full barrel of Sweet Leaf's vodka. It bears the symbol of the Weeping Lotus. It could open doors to try to sell it somewhere, right? It has value,
Mhm.
both social and a gold piece
If we
value.
sell it here, we are just selling it back to ourselves.
Which is not smart. Yes,
So
you're
perhaps
right.
we save it for now.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe someone wants those books.
We save it for now. Mm. Mm.
There is other beer you can take.
Yeah, I know. We're in like a pirate
I feel
island.
like maybe
Everywhere's a
we
beer.
should
Yeah, it's
tell
margarita,
Jeremy
though.
to maybe put like a spell on the cask so that no
No,
one can
I-
open it.
I understand. I know it has value.
I didn't mean you
I won't touch it.
personally.
I
We are
know
on
you
a-
don't have to.
we are on
You
an
don't have to
island full of
say it. You
pirates.
know. That is a very good point.
Put it in a magically sealed chamber, I suppose.
Like a pantry.
We don't have one.
I know.
If only, if only.
If only we had some sort of person that could make those things.
June.
A pantry?
A pantry.
I'm sorry. What? No, I don't.
She's at magic.
No, I.
Maybe they have spells to
June
protect
makes
their...
bombs.
June,
Steak.
let's take you to the place, have you drink what sort of nonsense they have for beer here, and you can get settled.
Okay. All right.
We do.
Sounds good.
And you introduced her to Jeremy?
Jeremy,
Yeah.
June, Jeremy.
You introduce her to Jeremy and Tybalt. Akan can make introductions as well. Once he meets her, you guys make it to the shore skimmer.
Goodbye.
Yep, that cap's
Oh,
gone.
that's you.
So yeah, you guys do have the secret area behind the larder, which is being used to store like the hidden weapons in the tower. And the tower is being guarded by the 8 automatons and Philip.
That's right. Fuck it, it's fine here.
Which I'm gonna say, I mean, even if Catalyst doesn't with his downtime, since now he has some, I'm assuming.
Just a little bit.
Or not. Okay. Oh, it's all new tomorrow? Oh, cool. Great. So we get to do 2 separate adventures. That's going to be awesome. But over a month, Tybalt can still help repair those robots. He is a craftsman. So they are functional. Keeping them powered with Electrum is a thing. But yeah. Any last minute business before we close up for the evening?
No.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all set.
I'm good.
Wonderful adventure, guys. Thank you very much. Before we close out, we'll just run down the announcements real quick. We want to say thank you to Noble Dwarf Printing, which, thank you, is maker of our logo shirts. They are super soft. They
really
are
are.
wonderful.
They're so soft.
Yeah, it's a great product. If you join our Patreon, the first 50 Patreon subscribers get entered into a contest to receive one of those shirts. What level you subscribe at is the number of entries that you receive. Also, that gets you the Hero of the Multiverse, a character curated by us on our Discord server. And after, I think it's 3 or 5, you get access to the Discord server where you can watch us argue with
Debate.
each other.
We don't argue.
We debate.
Yes.
Lots
But
of
all of our
RP
journal
going on.
entries.
Yeah, the journal entries go on there, which is where a lot of these guys role play during their downtime and the
And form
non-adventuring stuff. Yes, which is very important. There's also some Patreon exclusive content coming, which we will be announcing in the next week. We want to say thank you to the Stream It Forward community, and thank you to everyone that is hosting us. So you all have a wonderful Saturday. We'll be back Monday night, 7 p.m. with more of Disasters in Danger, where we continue our adventures in the Arcadian Straits. So other than that, good night.
Thanks, guys. Good night.